And we're live. Good morning, Canada. Or the world in this case. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Show. I need to remind you guys, the gentleman in front of you on your screen right now is none other than Mr. George Tandrizos, also known as D-O-double-G.
What's going on?
What's up? You're good?
Yeah.
Good,
For everyone listening, we've hijacked the show. Pantelis is locked up in a closet.
Yeah. I took over. It's done. It's over. I need to remind you that Mr. George Tandrizos, D-O-double-G, has Just Us Dads podcast. Hi, papi. Where they get together, all fathers, and they talk about different tactics of how they beat their kids. Something along those lines, right, George?
That's it. It's exactly what we talk about.
Yeah, because nowadays these kids are getting smarter. They got all these tablets, iPhones, and shit. So, fucking, they're more sneaky, right? So they got to discuss these tactics, put them down on paper. And not only does he have the Just Us Dads podcast, but he also has another podcast. What was it? The Backstage podcast. Backstage. Where he brings people backstage and whispers sweet nothings in their ears. No, I'm joking. It's a backstage podcast. It's about where you interview politicians. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, not only politicians, anyone that contributes to society, that works behind the scenes in whatever field or industry, and people rarely get to see them or hear them, but they're valuable people in our society, and we bring them to the forefront.
Nice. Yeah. So that means you're never going to interview me, right?
No, because you're not behind the scenes. You're front and center, my friend.
Also, I'm not valuable.
But you guys have been on. You've been on with Pantelis.
Yes, no, I know. I'm just busting balls. All right, so that was it. And don't forget, panteliscomedy.com for everything. And philbalabanos.com for all of his stuff too, which he'll be joining us in a moment, if I'm not mistaken. So, Mr.
This is strange, man. I'm looking at the studio. It's all empty. Pantelis isn't there to greet the people. This is the first show after Christmas. Where the fuck is this guy, man? This is very irresponsible.
He's got business to take care of, buddy.
He's a busy man.
He's a busy guy, bro. He's a busy guy. All right, so what do we got in news today, George?
It's a slow news week, which is actually not surprising. I mean, it's usually the case this time around, where everyone kind of takes a break. There's not much happening, or if there's some things happening, it's not really reported. The main news, obviously, is COVID-19. We've talked about that in a couple episodes, where it's pretty worrying, the numbers and how they're on the rise. We're well above 2,000 cases per day now, with close to 1,500 hospitalizations. The situation is obviously very critical, and all the politicians, and whether it's in Ottawa or in Quebec, they're really, really worried about how things are going to evolve come January. As we spoke in the last episode that we were live, a lot of people have decided to go down south, which I'm not sure if it's the wisest decision, but at the same time, I can't really blame people. We've been stuck 1 year without really being able to do anything, and they feel like they need to unwind. I'm not so sure it's the most responsible thing to be doing, but at the same time, I'm very scared of what might happen in January when all these people come back. I don't know if you remember Poseidon. Back in March, the biggest spike happened because of everyone coming back from spring break, right? Everyone had gone down south, and everybody was coming back from spring break, and that's what pretty much contributed to the big spike. They're predicting a similar scenario now in January when everyone comes back from the south. So I don't know about you. I'm a little worried. There are calls for people to be extra prudent when they come back. They're going to be much stricter on the confinement measures. I'm not sure how they're going to control it, and if they will control it at all. So I don't know. I don't know. This is a very weird situation. I'm hearing things coming out of Ottawa, and I'm not sure. I didn't double check it, but someone told me that it was a journalist that I was talking to. The guy told me that in Ottawa, they announced strict measures that can lead up to $170,000 of a fine and up to 6 months in jail
What?
if you don't respect the quarantine. I don't know how they're going to enforce this. I don't know how they're going to even check up on people. I have no idea, but that's pretty scary. I mean, if I was traveling down south and they told me that when you come back you need to quarantine or else you can get fined up to $170,000 and risk 6 months in jail, bro, I wouldn't move. I'd lock myself up in the house and run out the 14 days. I don't know. It's crazy.
I understand, but don't you feel like they're overdoing it a bit right now, bro?
Well, listen, when you have hundreds, if not maybe thousands of people that are down south, and you know that what you're going to be expecting is what we saw back in March, I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's strict at all. I mean, I think at some point you need to put your foot down. Look, remember we spoke about this. Remember back in March? I mean, the minute we went over 1,000 cases, everything closed down. Everything. The streets were empty. You know what I mean? Now, I mean, perhaps we didn't expect things to be this bad for this long. So, they realize that closing things down affects the economy much more than they would have imagined. So they're trying to be very careful. But at the same time, I mean, people need to know that this is serious, and I'm literally afraid now of what's going to happen when these guys come back. And it's funny because the media, I don't know how they're getting all this footage. I don't know if they're contacting people down there, if they're following people online. You have all these videos of people partying at these all-inclusives, fucking going stupid. And these guys are going to be here in about a week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's strange. And on top of that, last week we spoke about that member of the National Assembly, the elected official in the CAC, who, I think it was 2 weeks ago, one day before his region went into the red zone, he went out to a bar, fucking partied, got shit-faced with a bunch of other people, and somebody was filming him, and they ejected him from caucus. Yesterday, an article comes out, and the same thing with Pierre Arcan. Pierre Arcan is he's with the Liberals. He gets elected with the Liberals. He was the interim leader of the Liberal Party while the leadership race was underway. And the news comes out yesterday that he went to Barbados. He just packed his shit and left.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. But look, and everyone is criticizing him. They're thinking, because of his stature and because of, the reputation he has in the party and everything, he should have been much more responsible. And he should have been someone that should be giving the example more than anyone else. But at the same time, the guy, it's not like he's going to party with hundreds of others of people at an all-inclusive where everyone is drinking and dancing and fucking spitting in each other's faces or whatever they do. I mean, the guy has a place. He has his own condo in Barbados, and he's going with his wife. So, I mean, I don't know. I think they're a little over-exaggerating, to be honest with you. But at the same time, I mean, you're a big political figure. You should be demonstrating the example. Even himself, he admitted that it wasn't the right thing to do. That he apologized, but at the same time, he said, "Look, my wife and I, were examined before we left. We both did the test. We tested negative. We're flying down to Barbados. We have our own condo. We're staying there.
Yeah.
And I think they even got tested when they arrived in Barbados as well, just so they can make sure that they don't transmit anything down there in case they caught it. And they'll be getting tested on the way back, and they will be fully quarantining. So, I mean, I don't think we can really compare. I think it's much more of a responsible move than the other people that went to all these all-inclusives. But again, it doesn't really look good. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know how you see this. I mean, you're with your wife over here. You're respecting all the confinement measures, and you're like, look, let's just take a trip. It's your own place, right? You own a house, like you own a condo in Barbados, right? So, and you're like, okay, look, we'll get tested before we leave. We'll get tested once we arrive over there, and we'll stay in our condo. We'll enjoy the sun or whatever, the warm weather. We'll relax, decompress a little bit, and then come back and do another test and quarantine for another 14 days. I don't think it's that bad. I don't know. Maybe
I think
I don't
it's
know, maybe
not
I'm biased.
I don't think it's bad at all, actually, because let's say they stay here, go to the grocery store, whatever, end up contracting it here, spreading it here, whatever. Now you're gonna say, okay, but they're bringing it from another country. But everything, like even the full lockdown the first one that we got wasn't really like a full lockdown. They kept saying 2 weeks. Okay, now one more month now, So we never really fully shut everything down in order to really stop this, right? We just, kind of stayed half open, and I guess this is what we get now. And people are fed up, man. I don't blame. I don't see the politician taking a bit of a vacation with him and his wife alone down Barbados. I don't see it any more dangerous than them staying here.
Your own place, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
their own place. You know what I mean? I don't see it any more dangerous than them staying here. You know what I mean? Just because, some people might be a little bit jealous, be like, oh, but, it's jealousy talking that they'll say, oh, they're in the sun, whatever, vacation, because they wish they would be there.
It's not really jealousy. It's also the fact that you are in a political class and whatever you do is scrutinized also,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, there's that too, yeah.
The other guy went to the bar, but that guy got shit-faced.
Yeah. That's a different story, yeah.
He was next to all these other people that he probably didn't know. His staffer was there. They were hugging. It's also irresponsible, But this guy, he's leaving. He's with his wife. I don't see the big deal. I think a lot of people are freaking out. I mean, depending on how you see it, if you see it from the perspective that, you need to be demonstrating the example. We can be, if the politicians are saying, please don't travel, please be careful, please think of others, and then someone from your own party is traveling, it doesn't really look good, from a public relation standpoint. But
I get it, but we're all human at the end of the day. We're all tired of this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know, man. And something inside me tells me that, everyone's saying that, we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Doesn't really reassure me either. I don't know.
Yeah, I think
I got tested actually last week.
Oh shit!
Yeah, we got an email from my daughter's school, and they've been doing so good all this time, right? The 0 cases. We were very happy. Everyone was very careful, and then we get an email saying that there's been a case in the school. So as we're reading the email, well, okay, one case in the school. It's not that bad. And then we're reading further, and it's like, oh, it's in her classroom. It's
shit.
in her group. I'm like, oh, fuck. And then we read further, and it's like that kid tested positive.
Shit.
Shit, And I realized how unorganized everyone is. They're just giving the news, and we wanted to know. They don't tell you, obviously, the name. And, I understand that. We don't, I wouldn't want my kid's name to be exposed either if she were the positive case. But
not just that, some people are gonna go out of their way to blame that specific kid or that family, and it's gonna cause a shitstorm.
Yeah, but more than that, whatever. That's private information, and I get that they're protecting that. But they wouldn't want to tell us when was that kid's last day in school, so that we can kind of calculate in our heads when was the last day potentially that my daughter was in.
Oh.
About a day.
Oh, you froze there. You're gonna have to repeat what you said, Mr. George, because you're frozen again. You keep freezing. Hello, is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes. I'm all alone. Fuck, I gotta call him back now. What's going on? Hold on, let me call him back. I don't know if he can hear me. That's true.
Hey,
what happened, mister?
Something happened. I don't know. We lost the connection.
I guess, yeah. But you're back now.
The wonders of doing live. Sorry about that.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, so I don't know how far you went. I kept talking, and then I realized my screen had frozen.
Yeah, you froze. I started singing. It was very romantic.
It was romantic, yeah. So we got the results. We all tested negative, thank God. But it's really stressful. Honestly, and we realized how we take things for granted, and you never know when you might be exposed, right? So. And I'm not so much worried about the kids. Based on what we read, they're not really in danger of anything. But the danger with them is that they may very well be asymptomatic, and you don't know if you have it, right, or when they gave it to you. So
Yeah.
so that's it, man. So yeah, it was pretty it was pretty stressful. I mean, we didn't have any symptoms, so it's not like we panicked or anything. But I don't know. I can't put myself in the shoes of parents where you have your little kid comes back home and coughing and with headaches or whatever the symptoms are. You know, uh, I don't know.
Yeah,
And
it's
at the same time,
intense.
you really don't want to be in a hospital setting. Like I haven't gone to not even to a clinic this whole year, which is weird. Usually you're gonna go get tested, you have your checkup or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
I've avoided the hospitals like a disease. In fact, it is a disease. But so we went to the Glen, to the new hospital off the carry, and no rendezvous. Really simple. It's like in the parking lot. You park your car, you walk in, and you walk out, and you're done.
yeah.
I don't know. It's
There's something interesting I wanted to run by you, but I don't know. I got it yesterday from unnamed sources, so I don't know how true it is. This is apparently from the Quebec website. This is this 21st of December 2019, and it has all of the case numbers for all the kinds of influenza. There's a parainfluenza 1, 2, 3. There's for the flu, so it's different kind of flu strains, and it has the numbers. This year, though, I'm gonna send you the picture. There is 0 cases for any of the influenzas, A, B, and then there's parainfluenza 1, 2, 3. There's only COVID-19 cases.
that actually doesn't surprise me. I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because this entire year, everywhere you go, everything you do, you're being told to wash your hands, to stay clean. So we're much more careful about
I
transmitting or
I
catching anything.
I
Think about it. You walk into a store, you're spraying your hands. You leave the store, you're spraying your hands. You
Yeah,
come
bro.
home,
I've
you wash
walked
your
into
hands.
Rockland. I've put on so much Purell on my hands that by the time I leave Rockland, my hands are melting.
Well, that's it. So it doesn't surprise me at all. Everyone is pretty much washing their hands, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Much
yeah.
more than ever before. So that doesn't surprise me. In fact, you know what? I think even when this thing is all over, I wouldn't mind the stores actually keeping this. The little spray at the door. It's not a bad thing. I
Yeah, it's
once
not
they
it's
re-
not a it's not a bad idea, but we can remove the tapes with the One Direction, the waiting outside of
yeah,
like
yeah,
have you
yeah,
seen
yeah,
how
yeah.
dumb that is? Like
Yeah.
everyone's packed in the rock like shopping malls like sardines, 1,000 people, but you still gotta wait outside of the store and be packed with other people in line. Like it doesn't make any sense.
Last week, I'm not going to say the name of the store there, but it's not a French store like IGA, Metro, one of those,
Oh, it's
Uh, So that is it's a big
Costco,
chain. No, 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 it's not Costco, and so it's
okay,
it's they're pretty much everywhere. We have one here in the South Shore, so
Walmart.
no, no, it's not Walmart. It's an ethnic store, but a big chain ethnic store. Anyway, uh,
Oh, is it Greek?
no, 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 it's not Greek. It's not Greek.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so we walk in, and how
Adonis.
sorry,
Adonis.
yeah, let's call it Adonis. We walk in, and this is like a couple days before Christmas. So we go with my wife. So we're like, okay, what are we gonna make for Christmas and everything? So we went to buy some stuff, and we had never gone to Adonis this whole year. I think I could be wrong, but maybe once or twice, whatever. Usually we go. The Metro's closer, the IGA is closer to our house, and there everything is respected to the T. Right? I mean, you go, you leave your little buggy. Someone's there. They grab it, they disinfect it, they put it in another
Yeah.
section. Like I mean, everything is so well organized. You walk into the store. There's a section where you go grab your stuff so you can shop.
I almost got into a
Uh,
fight with one of those guys last week.
why he wasn't disinfecting?
No, 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 because I didn't. I ran in for what did I run in for? Tonic. I ran in for tonic, so I didn't need a cart,
Yeah.
and I was in a hurry. And the guy goes to give me a cart. I go, I don't need one. And he looks at me in the eyes and he goes, I don't give a fuck. This is how we count. You take one.
That's true. But
And
where
I
did you
was
go
like,
into? Into like a grocery store?
IGA,
Or?
yeah, grocery store. Sorry, yeah.
Okay.
And I was looking at him. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, but it feels as though they stopped counting. Like I know the SAAQ counts still because maybe they're smaller. They have like a capacity of I don't
nah.
know, whatever, 10 people or 15, I don't know. So there you wait outside and they count with the buggies, or with the shopping carts. But yeah, the other ones I don't know. But yeah, I mean, look, we get to Adonis,
Yeah, sorry, I
and
cut you off, by the way.
so we're used to all these other stores where you go in. There's a section where you
Again.
So we go in front of the store, and all the carts are just everywhere.
Hold on. You froze again. Hold on. So, I don't know if it's my internet or your internet.
Yeah.
Hold on. You're gonna have to restart. Give me a second. Hold on. I'm gonna have to, because it's taking time to adjust. So I'm gonna adjust, and I'm probably gonna have to manually readjust again. Anyways, go again.
Yeah, you can see me. We're good.
Yeah.
Okay. So we walk into the store, and all the carts are like everywhere. So I go to my wife, well, which one do we take now? You know, they're spread out everywhere. Like, you know, it's basically when you're done with a cart and then you go and you just launch it in front of the door to go back to your car and drive off. Yeah. They're like that everywhere.
Oh my God.
I'm like, there's no fucking way these are disinfected. There's no way, you know. And honestly, I got scared. I'm like, I'm not fucking taking these carts. Like, my wife had to go to that little spray. She filled up her hands and she brought in. She kind of like washed the whole cart. Like, it's like, what the hell, man? And at the same time, it just clicked. I'm like, yeah, man, immigrants. Immigrants running the joint here. They don't care.
The Lebanese don't give a fuck, bro. Have you noticed almost every ethnic group, like in Montreal, just does not care about this? Have you noticed that?
Yeah, of course. Well, not really. I mean, look, it depends. Like, I was talking to my parents the other day, and they're like super careful everywhere they go. Like, they have that little spritzer. They have the masks. I went over.
Well, it goes in waves, right? Like, my mother will not give a fuck for a week, but then she'll hear something on Antena Ena and then go fucking insane.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Yeah, I always found that funny how these Greeks, they watch news in Athens, like in Greece, and they transfer it over here as if
yes!
The reality is over there is the reality over here, right? It's like, be careful, there's dangerous people in the streets. We're not gonna God be careful. I was listening to the news in Greece, and there's all these thefts going on. I'm like, okay, good. What does that have to do with where we're living? You know.
But you know what? I actually find that a bit adorable.
It's adorable. It's not only Greeks. Like, trust me, I've worked with all these ethnic groups.
Yeah.
They are all the same. They're all watching programs back at home. Nobody is following what's happening over here. Nobody's updated on what's going on. They're just following the news back home, and they're watching the programs from back home. And it's okay. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, everyone is kind of nostalgic. You have all these, the first immigrants that come here, and they're like, they're still stuck there. I mean, my parents have been here longer than they've been in their own country, right? I mean, they've lived here much longer.
Well,
but the heart's back there, man.
Yeah, well, because I used to work at a place recently that a lot of people were immigrants in that place working there, but you know, they still spoke English very well, you know, because they had studied it back home or whatever. But when there was downtime, or when multiple people were on breaks, like, you'd hear on speakers loud, and everybody would try to put it as loud as possible. It was like a competition. News from their country, so you hear Arabic, Ukrainian, fucking Haitian, fucking, you know what I mean? Just loud, and you know, you're serving people in the front, and that's all you hear from the back. So
yeah. But it's a standard thing. But I always found it funny.
Yeah.
You know, when I was living in Greece, the funniest thing was calling back home and, you know, talk to my father, my mom, or my aunts, you know, and because they were following the news happening in Greece, they were telling me, oh, be careful. You saw what happened in that neighborhood, or you saw what happened the other day over here or there. And I'm like, man, stop watching fucking news in Greece. You know what I mean? It's not so bad.
Well, I've been completely out of the news cycle. I can't handle it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what the thing is, man? I've been meaning to disconnect also. And I was doing a good job, actually. I was
Yeah.
staying out of the loop, and that's pretty much what I want. You know, I'm no longer involved. And then my phone rings, and it was Pantelis. Hey, we're doing the morning show. You want
Yeah.
you want to call in with the news? I'm like, fuck, okay, whatever, sure, you know. But it's okay. I mean, look, uh, the news will always the bad thing about the news is that it's always negative, because the negative is what sells.
Yeah.
You know, and there's so
If,
much good happening out there.
what was
But it's
what was
never,
the saying? If it bleeds, it leads.
yeah, whatever. Never heard that one
I
before.
think
but
it's
sure.
that. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so you need that kind of negative stuff and it sucks, because every morning you turn on the TV, or you everything now is online, obviously.
Yeah.
It's just the worst news this morning. The front page: shootings in Montreal North. Okay, yeah, okay, shootings in Montreal North.
Oh, what else
Thank
is new in Montreal North though?
Yeah, it's not only that. I mean, we're in the Christmas holiday season. Can we forget about that? I mean, like I told you before, it's really slow news period.
Yeah.
And instead of just focusing on other stuff, they're just finding just random things to cover the space.
But there is a wholesome news story I found last week. You remember the monoliths that went up?
Yeah.
Yeah, in San Francisco.
Is there another one that appeared?
There was another one, but it was Christmas themed. It was a gingerbread monolith.
These guys are fucking with us, man. I'm telling you, there's a group of maybe 5 or 10 people that are putting these things up.
Yeah.
For sure. Oh man.
But I mean, it was like I saw it last week. Like you say, it's all negative. It was like one of the positive stories I had seen in a while. Like I hadn't seen a positive story like that.
The monolith was the positive news.
Yeah, because it was made out of gingerbread.
Yeah.
So it was just somebody pulling a prank. So what I mean was it was for Christmas. People pulled up. It was nice. People took pictures. Like there was nothing negative about it. Nobody died. Nobody, you know what I mean? It was a nice little, because it's Christmas and there was monoliths or whatever. Here, let's put a gingerbread one up just as a prank, But me, it's that kind of shit that I like. So, but it was a nice, refreshing change from the same old death.
Bro, you okay?
Yeah,
I thought something happened.
I'm fine. I had a little seizure, bro.
Yeah, no, it's the news honestly sucks most of the time.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
what are you gonna? How are you doing this time around, man? I mean, how's Christmas been for you? Uh, Obviously different from other years. I mean, did you
Yeah.
did you stay with your family at all? Did you
Well,
break the rules?
I live alone, so I was allowed to visit my mother and brothers.
That rule with the alone people, isn't it, for the seniors? The seniors
No,
that are alone, like
It's if you live alone, nobody can come over, or it's two people that live alone, you can visit each other, or if you live alone, you can go visit your parents or whatever, something like that.
Yeah.
But only I think one. So if you have, I guess, let's say if you were to have 3 kids, and they all live in their own places, and your husband and wife.
They can't all come?
No. So basically 2 of the brothers have to hang out, and then one of the brothers has to go visit the parents. That doesn't make any sense, though.
Nothing makes sense. Honestly,
It doesn't make any sense.
But we've said this in so many other episodes. I mean, it just feels like everything is just improvised.
Yeah,
From day to day, everything is just improvised. But yeah, it was just weird. Well, at least you got to hang with your family a little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
For us, it was weird. I mean, we have a big family, so there's all these things happening Christmas time. I mean, one day it's at my sister's house, another day it's at my place, or another day it's at my parents. Like, there's all these things happening, right?
Yeah.
Well, we get to see each other 2-3 times. This time it was just.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it was bad. I mean, I was still with my family. My in-laws came over because they're part of our kind of bubble.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was just weird. I don't know. It was a strange Christmas.
Yeah. Well, you see, I foresaw this pandemic. So the way I prepared for this years ago was getting blacklisted from all of my family members years ago. I was preparing for this year for the whole time.
prepare for the inevitable. At some point, a crazy pandemic is gonna come in. Is that Phil trying to come in?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, trying to prepare for this pandemic. I got to make people hate me.
Yeah.
There was a funny comment I had read. I can't remember on which news site when they announced that Christmas was done. Was when Christmas was closed up to everyone. There's someone that wrote under, it's like, finally, man, because I hate my family and I also hate my wife's family.
Oh, that's funny. So what else in news? It has been a little bit slow, but I know you are
Very, very slow news. I know. Look, this morning I read up there was a crazy earthquake in Croatia. I'm not sure about the details. I don't know if anyone in the chat. I think someone's talking about it. There it is. 6.4 magnitude. I'm not sure exactly what kind of damage that caused or what's happening, but
is where's his face? Peanut butter. There he is. There's peanut butter because it says PB on the screen.
Peanut butter.
PB. It says PB. Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Mr. Palife, can you hear us? Oh, but he is not to speak. Interesting. All right, I'm gonna try and figure this out. George, keep going. Yeah, you were saying.
So 6.4 magnitude earthquake in Croatia. I'm not sure. It happened right before we went live that I saw it. I didn't really check up on it. Hopefully, there you are. Are you there? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, now we can hear you. Yeah.
I'm having major weird technical difficulties this morning with my mic.
We've been having some difficulties as well. We went off. We froze twice already.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, that's fine. So I'm not sure exactly about the damage over there, and if there's any deaths. Hopefully there haven't been any. We'll see. The other news that I read up on this week was in Argentina. They legalized abortion, which is one of the few South American nations to do that.
Oh, shit.
Which is a step forward. It's a step forward for these countries. It's up to 14 weeks, I think, if I read correctly, which is similar to I think what we have here. Right after 3 months, you can't pretty much get aborted here.
I mean, there's even there was that whole thing about late-term abortions, which isn't new, and it's not exactly what people think. But there's no real. Wait, where the fuck is Pantelis?
Don't worry about it, bro. Don't ask too many questions.
He's locked up.
Yeah, okay, I'm up.
What? Look at this piece of shit.
I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with Pantelis.
Oh, it's because he has a little man crush on Pantelis. That's why.
Oh.
I mean, he's the one who doesn't pay me, so I mean, what am I doing here even? So this is what we're doing this morning. It's the three of us. This is ridiculous.
Yes. Pantelis will be joining us soon, though.
All right, that's fine.
It's coming in.
What did I miss? Can you guys hear me well? Am I clear?
Yeah, we can hear you.
But there's a bit of a.
We spoke about how the COVID cases are on the rise and how everyone's pretty much worried about people coming back from down south from all these all-inclusive resorts where they're, doing all the crazy
basically,
stuff.
we're all sitting at home while everyone's on the beach somewhere.
And at the same time, we spoke about how Pierre Arcan, who is the member of the National Assembly in your father's district up there, he packed his bags and went to Barbados.
Fucking Pierre Arcan. Everyone thinks he's a fucking author, so they get confused. They're like he's going for inspiration. Wrong Arcan, buddy.
No, but this is what we're talking about with Poseidon. I mean, the guy's going with his wife. He has his own condo. I'm not so sure we can really compare it with all the hundreds and thousands.
What are you talking about? He's sitting in an airplane. Unless he flew private, that's different.
No, he didn't fly private, but
then he sat in a fucking fart recycling tube.
Look, knowing Pierre Arcan with the money he has, he probably flew first class. He said he got tested before he left, and they were negative. He got tested once they arrived, and he's planning on getting tested before they leave and once they arrive again.
I mean, yeah,
But
okay,
it's
that's
like
a
you're
bit
going.
more
It's
responsible.
like you're going to your house, right? If you have your own condo,
But also,
I
you
mean,
you can charter a jet for really cheap.
no. There's no. He didn't go. He didn't go private for sure. Yeah, he
George,
flew.
all I'm hearing is people with the means to do so can live normally while the rest of us squabble down here in the pandemic.
I don't know about that, man. Live normally. I mean, everyone is pretty
Can
much.
you go to Barbados to live
If
in
I
your condo
well,
where
look.
you can get tested 5 times? I
Yeah.
can't.
No, I can't. I don't have a condo in
Yeah.
Barbados.
I'm
But
not
if I
saying it's
did have a condo in
unfair.
Barbados, look, if I did have a condo, all I'm saying is that if I did have one, I'd probably consider it. Since you're allowed to fly,
If I
and they
had
don't have,
one,
well, maybe no,
But
actually, I take that back. I wouldn't go because we have kids, but he doesn't.
yeah,
It's him and
exactly.
his wife. You know,
Like my
Ma-
my in-laws during the first wave, they're at some point they're like, "Fuck this!" They got up and they went to their house in Greece and they stayed there for like 5 months.
that's
okay,
amazing.
exactly. What's
I
wrong
mean,
with
yeah, they're not uh, political figures.
yeah? Well,
I mean,
that's what we're saying with Poseidon. I mean, the minute that you're a political figure, everything you do gets scrutinized, right? So,
Yeah.
I
I
mean, if
mean,
you
they're
think of it,
supposed to
they
set an
did nothing
example.
illegal. They're allowed to fly. The borders are open. They got tested. They're planning on following all confinement measures when they come back. The problem is that he's elected and he's supposed to be demonstrating the example, and
He's
that's what.
also supposed to be here, fucking serving his electorate during a pandemic, not fucking off to Barbados.
Yeah,
Like,
actually, that's one thing that pisses me off too. There's all kinds of people losing their businesses, their livelihood, and this guy's still gonna get a paycheck at the end of the day because he's a politician. While
I mean,
he's
technically he's on vacation, Poseidon. Like they get vacation days too. I get
yeah,
that,
but still, but
but this is really not the time for vacations.
why
No,
not?
I mean, unless it's all bullshit.
no, it's not bullshit. He recognized the mistake. He came out and said, perhaps it wasn't the best decision, but he justified his move by the fact that it's just him and his wife. It's been him and his wife all along this pandemic. He hasn't seen his kids, and because of this, they thought, since there's no kids and it's going to be a unique Christmas, might as well just pack our stuff and
He
take
should
the
off.
old
have
dusty trail to
he should have Skyped it in, apologizing. With his sunglasses on, and as he's filming, he goes, "Guys, I'm very sorry. I'm on vacation. I'm very sorry. I know I'm supposed to lead by example, and it's difficult being in the sun right now, but
Slurping his pina colada or whatever.
I feel like that joke made a lot more sense in your head.
Basically, he's telling everyone to go fuck themselves subliminally.
Hold on, I just fucked up my Skype. 1 second. I almost shared my screen. I didn't even know I could do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to see what's on that screen there, Phil.
It's your face, so.
Oh, so
No,
nice.
I'm working off of my wife's been on maternity leave the entire pandemic, right? So we haven't really had to deal with both of us working. But like next Monday she starts work again.
Oh
And
man.
the baby's too young to go to daycare yet. She can't go. So I
Would
mean
you-
now I'm using her work from home setup to do my stuff, and it's a shit show.
If you were allowed to send a kid to daycare, would you?
I mean, technically, we could send her to those little, what are they called? The pouponnières, for kids who are 12 months, because she's a year old now. But I don't know. Like, look, I sent my oldest daughter to another daycare before we started, the one that we're at now, and it was a nightmare. Like, they couldn't follow basic
it's black.
instructions for like general health instructions before the
a bit
pandemic.
more
I'm not going to trust
And
a stranger
tilt it a
now.
little left.
So yeah, I mean, the answer is no. We have the option. We're just waiting till she's 18 months so she can go with her sister.
Even then, man, I'd be panicking, man. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. I was telling.
I mean,
was telling-
the daycare she's at has been open since day one. They were not first responders, essential workers daycare.
Yeah.
I mean, your friends have kids there too. They haven't had a single case. And the first lockdown, like, she was miserable at home. I mean, it was fun. It was novel for her for a bit to be home, hanging out with us. She got to play with the baby. But at some point, she would just like sit by the window and be like, what's wrong? She's like, I miss other kids. I'm like, yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Like, I feel bad for the kid.
Yeah. Look, daycares, I mean, my daughter's daycare too, they're extremely careful. I mean, we wouldn't even go in. And in some daycares, you leave the kid at the door. We don't even go up to the door. We leave him down. They come and get the kid.
Those aren't daycares. Those are concentration camps, George, where you just dump them at the door and you drive off.
Yeah, there's you hear the big loud buzz. The fence unlocks. You go through the barbed wire. The fence with the barbed wire. No, but they were very careful. And I was telling Poseidon before. There was a case in my other daughter, my eldest daughter's school, which for the longest time they were doing a great job, and we get an email saying that there was a positive, a kid testing positive in her class
last week, I think.
Oh, I did. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And
you got tested, right?
Yeah, we all got tested. Scary shit. Fuck, honestly, I don't know, man.
I mean, I'm over. I'm the whole pandemic fatigue. Like, I'm there. I don't give a like. It's not that I don't give a shit. I don't want to deal with this anymore. But there's no option. It is what it is. I mean, what's this? Pierre Arcand, his older brother of radio host Paul. I'm just reading the chat.
Yeah, Paul Arcand is a huge radio guy. He has the most listened to show on radio.
Talking shit about his brother?
Sorry?
He talking shit about his brother?
No, never.
No.
We got our main man back in studio.
First of all, are Pierre and Paul Arcand related?
Of course, yeah. Brother.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were just being racist.
No.
I mean, maybe a little.
Yeah, Paul Arcand has that radio show.
He has. I listen to it all the time. I mean, 98.5, most listened to radio station in Quebec, and he has, I believe, the morning show, so it's the most listened to show.
Well,
but
this
he's
is
very
the
good.
morning show, but it's a morning show that he's got.
This is the morning show.
Yeah, this is the morning show. Yeah, you're right. But he's pretty cool. I mean, he's very
a cool
unbiased.
Dude. I like him.
I mean, this guy's gonna attack anyone and everyone, and he doesn't really care about who he's related to. And the fact that his brother was the interim leader of a liberal party.
Well,
sketch.
See, this is the fun thing, because right now he's off, right? He's off the air, like he's on vacation, so someone else is taking over that morning segment. But it would have been fun to get his opinion on his own brother leaving and going to Barbados. I would have loved to hear what he had to say about that.
So I didn't reach out to Paul Arcand, see if he's got any statements on this.
Yeah, what do you have to say about your brother?
We have him in studio today.
No, I don't like the idea of you have to answer for your brother. His brother's his own person. Mm-hmm. Why would Paul Arcand have to answer for fucking Pierre Arcand? It doesn't make any sense.
Not answer for him, but I'm just curious to see if he were not on vacation now for Christmas, if he would have commented on it, and
he
just
probably would have said, "Yo, my brother went to the Barbados. None of your business."
He's a real piece of shit. Not.
No, he's not a piece of shit. Wait, what's illegal about what he did?
Yeah, there's nothing. That's what we're saying before, and the fact is that it's maybe a little bit more responsible than going to an all-inclusive with all hundreds of people just dancing.
With all the fucking proletariat. Yeah.
He's by himself in his condo with his wife, and there's no problem.
Yeah, no, I'm hip. The problem
is the example that you're showing, right? I mean, every politician is coming out saying, "Please be careful. Please don't travel. Please be mindful of others," and you have your own politician kind of leaving,
I've been thinking about this, G. I've been giving some serious thought.
Give it some more.
Yeah, I'm giving it some thought. First of all, I think a lot of them know that some of these measures are excessive. You know what I mean? Like I think now, like the mask thing for people that are not sick, I think it's starting to reach people's breaking points. I think people are starting to see some of the lunacy in it. Because even the excuse of, well, the Asians have been doing it for years. No. The Asians are doing it out of respect to not make you sick. When they feel ill, they put the mask on. They don't put the mask on because they're disgusted by you. I don't know why we shifted this. They should put the mask on because they're disgusted by you. Yeah, we're putting the mask to protect ourselves. It adds more layers of protection.
No,
don't you remember the Yes, it was. Don't you remember the percentages? You don't remember the percent? They were even showing photos. This is the likelihood you have of spreading or getting the disease. This is the likelihood you had of getting the disease if you wear a mask, and they would put the percentages on. Don't fuck with me, Phil.
Protecting others from getting it.
No, even you. It was showing the whole range. It was even you. Because or else, what's the point? Then why would you wear it if you don't have anything and you're asymptomatic?
If you're asymptomatic and you sneeze and you're not wearing a mask, you've now put COVID into the ether.
So
right?
Now specifically, people are going to wear masks in case they sneeze.
I'm not saying it's not ridiculous. I'm just saying that's what it is.
But that's not a reason. That's not a reason. You're going to wear masks in case you sneeze. What the fuck is that? Then we're never going to take these masks off.
That's basically we're never gonna take the masks off. That's where we're
George, always stay in the toilet. Never come out in case you take a shit. Just stay in the fucking bathroom. Get out of here, man.
at. There's a fucking
This is
great
fucking
invention.
stupid.
The
Just
toilet
stay seated.
toilet. You just put it on your ass and you walk around. You can shit wherever you want.
I
You know what,
remember
look-
I remember working in a real office before all this comedy stuff. I remember it was the first time years ago when because my first job is back in the day when you were sick you'd go to work. But I remember when I started working in
of course.
offices, they were like, if you feel fucking sick, you stay home so that you don't spread it. We'd rather you lose days, like we don't have you for today, instead of losing
Yeah.
the entire team in a month, which is logical.
very
That's what you should do.
responsible,
When you're
actually.
sick, right, you isolate yourself. It's crazy when you're not sick to isolate
I
yourself
think-
from other not sick people. It's fucked up.
I think it's so hilarious that in one of my previous office jobs, which was for the health ministry, they would be like, "What do you mean? You're so, how sick are you? Come in."
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'd be like, "Guys,
We're
I'm like
short
sneezing. I got
staffed.
fever." They're like, "You'll be fine. You'll be fine. We're short staffed. Come in."
Don't worry,
use
don't
up all
worry. You're
your sick
surrounded
days.
by doctors. Nothing's gonna happen to you here. There's
Bro,
someone
I
who's
always
gonna-
felt very safe when I was sick there.
Yeah,
Look,
Barack,
here's the
Barack
thing is
Obama's
both-
like, even if you're sick, you can still even if you're if you speak, you can still infect people. Yeah, so remember, guys, that's the future. Just hide in your home. It's all virtual because you never
Yeah.
know, bro. Even if you speak, you might infect people. What a way to live on this planet. What a
Well,
way
look,
to live.
crazy.
we're just talking about that with Poseidon. I mean, there's some things that I wouldn't mind if they stick around, like the
Hand sanitizer everywhere.
disinfectant at the stores, and that I wouldn't mind. Because he was talking about how suddenly this year there's very low.
Don't say it, George. Don't say what you're gonna say.
Don't say what is it? IQ?
I know what he's about to say.
No, Poseidon found some stats. Go ahead, Poseidon. Tell them the
There's
stats.
no. I found a picture that basically it compared the Quebec website from last year December to this year. Last year had all kinds of different influenza cases and that.
Yeah.
But this year they're all at 0 and they're all COVID.
Yeah, that's bullshit. That's impossible.
That's
Yeah.
bullshit. That's what I
That's
was gonna say.
impossible. Impossible. You
did
think
not
we grew
fucking eliminate influenza?
yeah, magically everyone's immune to that. Get the fuck out of here, man. This is crazy.
But it's not that it's at 0, but it wouldn't surprise me if it's much lower than all the
Oh,
other
no,
years.
they're all
because
at 0,
everyone
George,
is
I
being
told
more
you.
careful. Everyone
They're
is
all
washing
at
their
0,
hands
he's
and-
saying.
They're all
But
at 0.
that's not why. What I'm thinking is because there's so much panic, all this shit's happening. They're not really spending their time categorizing everything. They're like, look, I don't have time to say this guy's got the flu. If you have the fucking coronavirus, I'll calculate that. I'm not gonna fucking sit here and calculate this guy's headache. Like, the hospitals, especially in Montreal, they're under a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
So they're not gonna sit
Look,
there and be like, this guy's dick
There are
hurts.
there are for sure less cases of influenza because there's less people going out and about. For sure, I'm not going to argue that. I mean, it's an easily observable concept. There's less people touching each other. There's less people together. We're all covered.
But hold on,
Even
question
less
for you, Phil. Question: how come there's 0 cases of influenza A and B, and then para-influenza 1, 2, 3? I don't know what these are. They're, I guess, different strains.
Those
How
are the
are-
ones that came from the planet Apocalypse.
So
to kill
let's
Superman.
let's say
The pirate.
let's say there's no cases of that because they're all 0. I'm reading here from this year's website.
A statistical impossibility,
if
by the
nobody,
way. to
if
be
nobody
zero.
went out, how did people catch COVID then? If there's like it doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. Well, look, wait. Actually, time out. First of all, you got to take into
Oh,
account a few things. One, there are vaccines for influenza. Two, a lot of us are already immune to certain strains of influenza. Coronavirus is different because none of us have ever come into contact with it, and none of us. I mean, it's still weird that a lot of people haven't, considering how virulent it is. But
It doesn't. Wait, hold on. But we can't. No matter what, there's no excuse for going from one year to the next 0 infections.
Yeah.
no,
it's
zero.
clearly
Yeah,
the numbers
no, just
are
answering his question.
are not to be trusted because I guarantee you, like today, they're going to come out with the numbers soon of how many more infections. This means that it's obvious.
10,000.
Yeah, this means that it's obvious that a lot of those are numbers that are added onto the coronavirus when it should be regular influenza.
Well, last year the numbers, it was a weekly thing. So from the week that finished the 21st of December last year, there was for the week there were 475 cases of influenza A and 483 of influenza B. I'm just taking those two as an example, right?
Like you realized people were getting suspicious. They're like, "Yo, throw some numbers in there."
What? But this was last year.
Oh, last year.
Yeah.
No, but that's what I'm trying to tell you, guys. It doesn't make sense that we eliminated. I read a whole fucking essay. I think it was from The Guardian.
Also,
about
how do they know? Just before you continue, Phil, just there's a lot of cases that don't get documented. For example, when I have the flu or whatever, I don't call up and be like, "Hey, make sure you count this in the stats." Right? People don't know that I had the flu.
Oh no, but I guess some people go in. They
No, but that's what I'm saying. Those are the only ones that can be categorized.
Yeah.
So even those numbers are off because that's just the extreme cases of people that go in. Because either they panic or they have extreme symptoms. You know what I mean? Because most people, when you have the flu, George, you call up your local fucking statistician and you're like, by the way, make sure I get counted. Like, let's just be honest. Stop with this fakery. Like, doesn't anybody ask these questions? No one else.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the only one out there asking the important questions at this point.
And they're not even that important. The most important question is how much are you willing to give up?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you went from like an obscure rising comedy star to like a modern day Socrates. Soon they're gonna make you drink the cognac.
Soon they're gonna fucking
That's
put a
why
bullet to my
democracy
head.
doesn't work because mob rule.
Yeah.
They're gonna kill you, and everyone will be okay with it.
But there are stuff that I hope we continue, George. Like you said, I want the hand sanitizer. I want people staying the fuck away from me.
Man. I would love to have that because even before we would always have one in the car, and we would disinfect quite often. I mean, it's a little disgusting. You know, I mean, you don't know who's there before you, and that happened once. No, because
but
no,
there's also dangers to over sterilized environments.
That's true too.
Yeah, but we kind of went through this thing. I can't remember how old my eldest was, but she got the hand, foot, and mouth disease.
What the fuck is that?
Mine too got that.
And it wasn't that bad. Like, I mean, she didn't explode everywhere, you know, with all these little whatever, you know. But we suspected that she caught it like off a cart, you know, because we had gone shopping or whatever.
She in daycare yet?
No, she wasn't.
Oh, really?
What's she? I can't remember.
I mean, that's really rare that she could catch it like that, George.
Yeah, well, I don't know. She caught it. So, and because, you know, we were home most of the time, the only logical explanation was when we went out, you know, like to shop or whatever. So we thought maybe a car.
Nephews.
Sorry?
What about your nieces and nephews?
No. None of them had it, and they hadn't. It was, anyways, whatever. But since then, we always kind of carry like a little disinfectant thing, you know. And I honestly, I hope that they keep that. I mean, in the stores. Ever
since Poseidon contracted HIV, he's always carrying hand sanitizer. He's not taking any more chances anymore.
Just drops it right on his urethra. The bird.
He's like, don't worry, bro, I can't get AIDS. I got Lysol.
Wait till one day he reaches to his bike stand to fucking yank one out, and he grabs the fucking Purell instead of the lotion, and he's like,
He'll continue.
Probably.
Yeah, like, I don't know why my penis is on fire, but I'm going.
I mean, from this angle, I can see he's masturbating right now.
I don't want people, because people get influenced. So I don't want people to get influenced. And then
you are an influencer.
And then people start saying, like, Pantelis said, go out there and lick handrails. That's not what I'm saying.
Pantelis did not say
I mean,
that.
You'd have to be
what I'm saying is be fucking reasonable. Use your goddamn brain. That's what I'm saying. No, go ahead. Don't lick handrails even pre-COVID. Says use your fucking brain. This whole, like, people are, and I'm not saying the panic if it helps you fucking clean shit up and reactive. But god damn it, man, believing every single thing that they say on the TV that fits your narrative, but nothing else. Like, remember the stats that Poseidon brought up that CTV News was talking about, the deaths in Canada and where they were, when 1 or 2% were not in that danger category, were not in old folks' homes, or whatever.
2.8%, I think.
Okay, so how come we don't talk about that? How come that stat of who is actually in danger?
That makes sense though. That was
crazy. But let's not talk about that stat.
If making people scared, I mean, I'm just playing devil's advocate, right? If keeping people scared is what's keeping certain people safe, which I don't agree with, I don't think that's true, then it would make sense that they would never give us any of the good news.
Yeah,
right. They're like, well, you give them an inch, they take a fucking mile.
But
like,
by the way,
you saw what happened. They're like, we'll give you 3 days for Christmas. Then they took it away, and people had like 200 people Christmas parties. Like, it happened.
Yeah, you're right. That's
and
a bit much.
They fucking posted it on the internet.
But the danger category, by the way, isn't just old people. Just so we're on the record, even diabetes apparently. And I think this is from Alex's wife, because she's in the emergency room. She's like, I fucking see it. She goes, it could be a death sentence. Even young people that have diabetes or lung issues already, respiratory problems, death sentence.
Really?
Yeah. So that's why it's scary
too, right? If you have lung issues, like for whatever reason, like I don't know what, maybe not asthma. Asthma is not the worst thing you could have for the flu, but if you have some kind of issues,
sometimes the flu can kill you too.
Flu can take you out.
Yeah, no, I didn't know how dangerous the flu was until this year. I didn't know how dangerous it was until finding out about COVID and thinking that it was alone in the deaths. And then people were like, well, why don't you look at what happened last year with the flu? I was like, what are you talking about? Nobody dies from the flu. And then people were like, are you fucking stupid? I had no idea. Because I had no idea all the number of deaths from the flu. I would have never known if it wasn't for COVID.
I haven't caught the flu in years, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I agree with you. I
Caught everything else.
And Phil, that cough was a little sus.
What do you mean? I muted.
I think it was me. I coughed.
Yeah. Now our
No,
computer
don't
has the
guys.
COVID.
I was sick. Now I have that fucking post-viral lingering cough every so often for a while.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. People panic again with that. Like, you get cold, you have a cold, you have the sniffles, you have a cough. People are like, get the fuck away from me, bro. You have the COVID. Are we really going to live in that society?
Well, especially if you have symptoms that are related to COVID, you know, I mean, it's questionable. I mean,
But what symptoms aren't related to COVID?
Yeah, seriously. Whoa. When this whole thing started, wasn't there like
Do you remember?
fucking diarrhea or something?
Yeah, if you have a cough, you have an upset stomach, diarrhea, like
Yeah,
everything.
but, like,
Literally, if you eat too much Chipotle, bro, these are the symptoms of COVID.
If Phil eats cheese, bro, he has COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the COVID intolerance.
I see what Phil's saying, though, like the balance of some people are so stupid that you need to overreact in order to get them just to act reasonable enough
Yeah.
to not fuck it up for the rest of us. But it's such a slippery slope.
Yeah.
It's
It is.
such a
It is.
slippery slope. I'm scared to...
I see all these people on Facebook, like older than me, like in their 40s, and they're like, go arrest these people. They're endangering all of us. Lock us down for 6 months. We'll be fine. I'm like, okay,
What?
you're probably right. It would work, but why would we do that? That's crazy.
Yeah, also then something else is going to come up. I mean, we're on this fucking planet.
Yeah.
Look, so and for the people that are like, well, this is different because it's not natural. Okay, then why don't you go blame the peoples who did it?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
but,
Why don't you hold that government accountable?
oh, but no, they can't do that.
Yeah, if you hold the communism accountable, it's
No.
racist. Okay, it's a fun game that we're playing.
But by their terms, it never happened.
this
It
is
was-
a fun game that we're playing.
It was never them. It was
Yeah,
never
yeah,
them
it's a
actually
fun
on
game.
their terms. You know, like
This is- yeah.
you know that square there that they don't talk about over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a,
Tiananmen?
what do you mean? They talk about Tiananmen Square. It still exists.
No, but you can't talk about it in China.
You could talk about
Those are all
Tiananmen
about-
Square. You could
No,
even
About
go to
what-
Tiananmen
No,
Square.
about what happened.
Yeah, okay, that's different. You know they can't talk about that
What
square.
happened in Tiananmen
They only talk about rectangles.
No, but you know what I meant, bro.
Fucking guy.
So guys, how was your Christmas celebration?
Pretty low key.
It's good. I set a homeless camp on fire.
Nice.
Merry Christmas. I said assholes. No, it was
like
good. It was quiet. It was
big
quiet.
life, huh?
I brought my mom over. That's about it. My sister and her kids and all that. I told them to go fuck themselves because, we don't want to spread the goddamn COVID. So it was calm. Just brought her over. It was most people. I saw everyone like in my building. Everyone was meeting people like downstairs to exchange gifts, and like Alex came to
That's
drop
what
off
we did
gifts.
too.
Yeah, people tried
Like
their
my
best.
parents, my sister.
The police
Yeah, I mean, the kids.
in Montreal received almost 1,000 calls of people ratting their neighbors out. It's not a stat I'm proud of. I'm disgusted with you people. If you call the cops to rat out your neighbors, you're disgusting.
Yeah, my neighbor across from the back, he had some guests, but they looked older. I assumed it's probably the in-laws, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Well, if they were younger, would you have called the cops? You rat.
not really. No, I wouldn't care. Honestly, I really don't
Yeah,
care.
you're
George
not coming
for
over
sure
here.
called the cops. He's just at the window. He's like, like Jimmy Stewart.
What's
See
happening in the
people?
neighborhood?
Yeah. He calls. He's
The
like,
neighborhood watch.
Anti Mr. Rogers.
they have extra people over. They're like, sir, we received a lot of calls. We can't. I believe they're black. We're on the way.
Black COVID.
We're on the way. Those are serious crimes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, you can
Being
make fun
black
of
in
police and
America.
government in the same joke.
It was nice. I liked it.
This is the first year I think that and we're thinking about New Year's now, what we're gonna do, and obviously we're not gonna do anything. We're gonna be home, but I think it's the first year that we're not surrounded by other people or like in a sort of party or environment or in like some atmosphere where you can dance and feel good, and it's I don't know.
I like it.
I'm honestly wondering if I'll stay up until midnight.
I won't. I definitely won't.
I'm gonna go have pasticcio.
You're gonna go have a fucking aneurysm. Yeah, but you know what, George? It's kind of fun because in many ways, for people like me, it got me off the hook. I didn't have to think of anything for New Year's. I didn't have to go anywhere. I was like,
Yeah, that's the
fuck that
positive.
shit.
We had a dry run. We had a dry run because the baby was born right before Christmas. So last Christmas was pretty much just us at home. It was nice.
I don't mind
Like
that. I
New
love
Year's, I think my in-laws came over last year, and that was it. Like we went to sleep.
that. I'm a simple man.
It was great.
I'm a
I
simple man.
hate New Year's.
Why do you?
I've always hated New Year. I don't mind Christmas, but I hate New Year's. Why I gotta stay up? I mean, if you want to stay up, stay up. I gotta stay up and pretend like I give a shit about just another fucking day where there's like a robot on TV and he's like, "Look at the ball drop. The next year will be the same shit as the last year, my friend. The same shit just continues."
Look at the ball drop. I
Like,
hate people that get super. I had a buddy who, my buddy Saucy, years ago.
Here it comes.
He's like, I'm going to New York for New Year's. I go, why? He's like, I'm gonna go to Times Square. I go, like, just hang out in Times Square. He's like, yeah, there's a lot of people there. And I was like, isn't it gonna be cold? He's like, no. And then he went there and stayed all day, and it was fucking freezing. And I was like, did you like that? He's like, no, it was terrible. It was fucking cold, but you know, it was an experience. I go, yeah, it was an experience of you being cold. You could have done that here.
Yeah, I made that mistake once. It was Igloo Fest,
Ugh.
and I never did that.
man,
I'm like, I got sucked into it, bro. And I'm like, I'm never doing this again in my life. This is garbage. I don't know why people do this.
And Igloo Fest, that's racist. You're
You
supposed
have
to say
to
Ice
try
House.
it to figure it out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pronounced Iglaguk.
It's pronounced Ice House.
Ice House Fest.
Ice House says, yeah, Igloo Fest, that's just racist.
Iceberg lettuce.
Might as well just call it Eskimo Fest at this point.
Wow.
Blubber Eater Fest.
But those are fine, man. I mean, it's okay. Is that the one where it's like a it's like a
outside
party
of
thing
COVID.
there? They have a DJs and all that.
Yeah, and it's all ice and shit.
1 year.
I hate Igloo Fest. I think it's stupid. But that's not a judgment on everyone that goes there. That's me because I don't like the cold. So
Yeah.
I think it's stupid to go out and I'm freezing. There's a DJ there.
Well, yeah, I did it once, almost lost my toes, and I'm like, never again.
This is like I went to that stupid festival last year. Remember we went during the winter, the Christmas lights thing in Laval?
Oh, yeah.
What a stupid.
I didn't do that.
Remember that thing?
It was Illumi. It
Illumi.
was good. It was good, especially if you have kids. But I honestly, I preferred this year because last year there's so many people walking. I didn't like it at all.
what I'm
But
saying,
This
I didn't
year
like
it's like
it.
a drive-through. You go there, you book, you reserve your time slot. You go, you're in your car, you drive the whole thing, and you leave. Really nice. Really.
You wasted your time, George. Just set your kids like, we're gonna go see lights. Like, we have lights at home.
It
My
was
daughter
cool for the
born
kids.
6 minutes in.
Or you
And then
grab a
she was like, why
laser.
are all the Frozen songs in French?
Yeah, last year I was freezing. I remember, and we kept kicking people out of those little booths. We blow them out because I was cold. I was like, "You've been here long enough." I just sat down. Get out of here, man.
Yeah, we went last year. We walked, and it was a really cold day, and I just don't like being around people, like a lot of people bumping into me and just being careless. I can't, especially if I have kids around. So that's why I appreciate it this year. Much better. It's like a drive-through. No stress, nothing. You're in your car. The kids are enjoying it.
I
Yeah,
like
you
that.
just get in the car, you spend $60 without even feeling it. Great. Yeah?
That's okay. That's okay. It's for the for the kid.
Then he goes
much
puts
more.
another
Doesn't
$60
even
for
remember.
gas. $120 later, he's like, "What the fuck? I'm gonna Chris Benoit these kids. This is
My wife bought one of their Illumi cups that has lights in it, and like my daughter wanted it, so we bought it. It was like $8. It broke. It broke like within a week. It just stopped working.
Oh, I
It
was
had,
so
like, lights
excited when you
strung
said it.
inside.
I thought that's so
It's
cool. There's
stupid.
lights inside, and then you said it broke, so now I'm unhappy.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
I don't know, but these are again apart from the draconian rule. In general, they're first world problems that we're having here.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
because at the
I
end
mean,
of the day,
except
it's,
from
it's not France.
pandemic, that's like seems like a third world thing.
No, but I mean, it's not France right now where they're asking for your papers at the street corners. At least we don't have that.
That's true.
So in
that
France,
what it is?
yeah, in France right now you have to. There's a mobile app that you get from the gouvernement over there,
Yeah.
and you need to get documents saying whenever you go to the house, this is for jogging, walking your dog, doing groceries. So you have to get permission slip and you have to have it with you. They better not catch you without your papers out there. And I think you can only go a kilometer radius around where you live if you need to get something. So yeah. So that's the kind of thing that to me is fucking crazy. And I also think about old people, like real people that just want to go do some groceries or take a walk, and they don't have a mobile phone
But they've basically turned them into prisoners.
Where's your papers, old man? And they're just breaking.
Yeah.
But they're breaking in French. They're like, oh, I give up. Oh, you know, like, so it's fucking. But that'd be what you should do in French. Like, I don't have papers, bro. He's like, okay, you win.
Or just walk around them.
Yeah. I'm German. Okay, I'm so sorry. It is yours.
But Europe was hit big though, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But still, man, to
It's
turn
much
people
denser.
into prisoners like that, bro, like, fuck.
Yeah, I don't like George. It's fucking crazy.
Man.
Where are your papers?
I know, but guys. Look, I understand, but what would you like? You're in charge, okay? You have this pandemic that is killing tens of thousands of people. What do you do? Like, it's back to what Phil was saying. Don't you at some point?
Look.
You know, you got to bring up the strict measures, man. I know people are gonna hate it and it's gonna suck, but at some point,
Phil's
did.
not for
Eric,
draconian
well-
rule. Phil was just saying, like, he was asking the question, like, what do you do? Like, he's like, where are the limits? He didn't say, can you start checking papers? Phil's not for that.
Goose stepped me out of this conversation.
Yeah,
That's not what I said.
What you
No,
do
but,
is you pull a New Yorker, and then you make sure
Newspaper.
No. The what's his face there? That guy there with the old folks' homes.
Cuomo.
Cuomo. Oh, you just get rid of all the Algerians in France.
You stack up all your money, and you wait till some people die out, and then it's free real estate.
No, that's what he did was a crazy move. In
No, that was a
Europe,
joke.
they
I'm
take
joking.
better care of the old people. They wouldn't do that. Cuomo's a cocksucker. That's why he
obviously.
murdered everyone. But
I just like to remind people every so often
that what he did?
Yeah.
Oh, people remember. This is gonna go down in history. This guy's not gonna.
Yeah.
You know how history is written by the victors or whatever.
Yeah.
They're not gonna write a nice story about him. This
Yeah.
guy's
No.
no.
Guys, what about the fact that we ordered I don't know how many million doses of the vaccine and we've only vaccinated like 50,000 people in Canada. Meanwhile, the US is like over 2 million already.
Weren't we?
I
And
mean,
I
I'm reading an
recall.
art.
Let's just call a spade and talk shit about our fellow Canadians. Do you remember 4 months? Even though I was saying the States is either doing the same we're doing or better, just that there are more people, so the numbers are right. They were saying how stupid Americans are and they're inefficient, and even when the vaccine rolls out, we're better. Well, now you have the proof is in the pudding. We have the vaccine. They have the vaccine. We don't know what the fuck we're doing, and these guys are rolling it out like it's fucking candy.
So I'm reading an article right now that says Quebec points to COVID-19 vaccine makers' rules as the reason for slower than planned out rollout. In the same article where they're basically saying, oh, the rules are we don't have a supply issue. It's just how we give it out and the freezing and all that shit.
What are the rules?
Then 2 paragraphs down, it doesn't say. 2 paragraphs down, it says we don't have enough supply. It's basically like the Quran. It's saying, oh, what I said at the beginning isn't true. It's become the Quran. This article.
So I know they're all different,
ridiculous.
but someone sent me this. I don't know how real it is. Apparently, the Pfizer one, page 132 of the Pfizer vaccine, because it's telling people, it's highlighted here. It's telling them what to tell people when they get the Pfizer one. It basically says
Yeah,
no
don't
unprotected
die.
sex for up to 28 days after the second dose due to reproductive
Why?
safety risks. This is for males and females. Birth defects due to genetic manipulation. So they go for the first month because your genes are don't try to refrain from unprotected sex just in case you have a fucked up baby.
Do you think they're just trying to?
Bro, this goes back to what I said. I was on the Sunday live stream. I was telling people to calm down. I go, they're not putting fucking microchips in. Stop saying stupid shit. You know how expensive that is. I go, and it doesn't make any sense. They could already monitor you from your phone. If they want to do anything, what they would do is probably lower the population. So if anything, they would fuck with your reproduction.
Yeah.
But I was saying that kind of just my idea, and then I get this. I'm like, son of a bitch, bro. Sometimes I just want to be wrong.
Well,
That sounds like something they put in for legal reasons.
Well, yeah, they got to cover all their bases, right? But
Yeah.
at the same time, the fact that this is a different kind of vaccine than what we're used to,
Scary.
I don't know, man. I don't know. We spoke about
I
this.
did a lot of reading on this technology, while I was sick because I had time. I mean, we had spoken about it. It's not new tech. I mean, the theory of it is like 20 years old. We just didn't have the capacity. We didn't have the technological ability to build the things we needed to manufacture them. I mean, the science is 15, 20 years old.
Right.
Yeah, Phil, just
They
talk
just
shit about science.
weren't
Keep
there.
talking shit about science all day. And science is 15,
Fuck
20
science.
years old. In
There
1
was
year,
science
science
that
will be able
was
to drink. You know, Phil, I don't know. So remember in the beginning, we were talking about this on the first morning shows when we were at each other's houses, that they said in the beginning, don't don't think shit's gonna get back to normal before 2 years, because even if we get a vaccine, anything before 2 years is dangerous. It might not work, this and that. So you're not gonna get anything efficient or healthy before 2 years. So get ready for the long haul of this. Now it hasn't even been a year, and they're like, yeah, we got something. So naturally, for myself at least, I see where the fear comes from, because me too, I'm like, I don't want to jump on this. You said that it would be impossible to get something safe in this time frame, and then you're the same person telling me, here, eat this. Like, it's,
I know what you mean, but at the same time, money, man, it's all money. You know how much money was thrown at this problem?
Money.
So obviously everyone was like, yeah, give us all the money, we'll solve it.
Not to mention the hospital's getting
It
money.
makes sense, man. Forget the hospital's getting money. I just mean, think about...
I want the hospitals to get money.
Think about if we threw this much money at another problem, like, I don't know, cancer research, or like specifically geared at a specific kind of cancer. We fucking figure that shit out.
Oh, but they already have the cure for this. It's just, big pharma.
But try your best also, if you're not in a critical condition, try your best to avoid hospitals right now, for shit that you can do at home, because it is, Alex's wife was telling me, now that she's back at work, she goes, it is fucking insane. She goes, and the COVID area, she goes, the people that are there, it's because it's extreme, and she goes, they're dropping like flies.
Oh, shit.
People are dying. Yeah, because they're the people that are there, the extreme cases, they're the ones that we're talking about.
Yeah.
The health, it's a death sentence.
Fuck.
It's a death sentence. So she's like, fuck, man, obviously there's a strain. You know what I mean? Because you have all that, and then you have other people coming in and be like, my dick hurts.
Yeah.
Like, calm down, bro.
I mean, his dick hurting could be a real problem.
No, I just said the dick hurting thing, but people go in for no reason. Sometimes you panic. I mean, I'm a hypochondriac. I'll panic.
And what about that new strain, coming out of England? We have that. I read something yesterday.
We have it here now.
It's a new English strain.
Yeah, apparently it's.
Oh God.
It's.
Coronavirus.
Hello.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a confirmed case that spread to like 6 other people because they went on vacation to the UK and then they didn't quarantine when they came back.
So the UK, are they repeating
much more
the pattern?
contagious? It affects people around the age of 40 much more than any other age group, but it's less deadly though. That's what I read. It's not as deadly as
Hold on
the strain that we've had.
If I understand correctly, George, what you just said is that the goddamn British are up to their old shit again. They're coming here and trying to infect us. They're trying to infect the new world with their goddamn smallpox. Is that what you're saying, George?
That's exactly it. It's exactly it. Yeah.
Fucking Brits.
Always a master plan, these guys.
So this new strain, you said it's weaker?
It's much more contagious, but it's less deadly, from what I read. I don't know.
I don't fucking know.
I mean, I haven't read anything about how deadly or not it is. I've read that it's much more contagious, but as far as they can tell, it's the same kind of, you get sick.
Poseidon, everyone's saying that you've done great work today.
Oh, thank you.
They're sending you kisses.
Oh, Casey's back.
Yeah, Poseidon rose to the occasion.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Yeah. Rose that dick.
Rose their dick. Yeah, I don't know. Just don't try not to stress. Do the shit you gotta do, guys, but don't don't let them take everything from you.
I think the best way to handle this is just try to pick up something new.
What?
Try like
a disease?
No, like a new skill. I mean, sorry. Like, I've been.
Look, man, forget the COVID. You ever try hepatitis?
No, what I mean, like a new skill. Try to pick up a new hobby. You know what I mean? Like I tried to learn the piano, realized I hated it.
You're not getting something, Poseidon. You try to pick up a new hobby because you're at home alone. Other people have kids, elderly relatives, like wives or husbands that are assholes. Like there's a lot more problems than you sitting at home alone being bored. Yeah. Well, I'm not talking about boredom. I'm talking about real problems. Rent is due, but you can't go to work. No, people have real issues.
Yeah, it must be worse in the States too.
Yeah. Well,
one of the main worries throughout this whole year, especially in the beginning, was the domestic abuse situation, where now women or men, they're stuck in the same place, and
it was a worry at the beginning of the year, but by the end of it, like right now, I'm really good at it.
It took me a while. I was like, wait, is he saying? No, he's saying it. Yeah, he's saying it, motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, go on, George. Sorry, I thought it was a good joke.
So there's a lot of these issues, that worried a lot of people, and they're still there. I mean, they're, I don't know. I don't know.
What are you even saying, George?
What I'm
He's
saying
trying to say
is
there's
that
other-
Mumbling words and giggling at domestic violence.
no, I was giggling at what Pantelis was saying. What I'm saying is that
Sure.
just to touch base on what Pantelis was saying, that there's other serious issues, among which
Yeah.
you have cases of domestic violence and
Yeah.
so many other things that people are dealing with. And
Suicide.
yeah.
Forced anal fornication.
No.
I mean, that's a thing that happens.
What is?
It's happening in a neighborhood near you, George.
What
You're
is-
just looking out the wrong windows.
What? What did you say? I didn't hear you.
Forced anal fornication.
Oh Jesus Christ! Fucking prison Phil is back.
Hey.
Look at Phil with his hoodie. Oh, I'm glad that you got rid of the white one. It's this suits you better.
Yeah, it had the eye holes right here, huh?
Yeah. Do they still wear that shit, bro? These fucking dummies.
Of course, bro. They dress
I mean,
the.
now-
What do they
now
call
more
themselves?
than
Bro,
ever.
you know what they're
Actually,
doing, bro?
people
They're fucking cosplayers, bro. They're
Mad
they're
wizards,
larping.
bro.
They're larping, bro.
Actually, hold
How
on.
is this organization still around?
Because people like to larp and roleplay, George. They roll dice. They call themselves wizards.
No, but
Hold
don't you
on.
think? Don't you find it strange that the U.S. hasn't banned them or deemed them like a criminal organization? Or
They
I
are
don't know.
they are deemed a
Freedom.
criminal organization.
Freedom.
Oh, they have stuff called dens.
Yeah, they are a criminal organization. They're
So
Oh
it's
my
still
God.
on the-
Oh my God.
it's because it's not it's underground. It's ideas, right? You can't make an idea disappear. You know what I mean? But you can ridicule it
Movie
enough.
stuff, bro.
Yeah. There's Grand Cyclops.
Yeah, these are the guys with the innovative ideas, bro.
The Grand
Night-
Dragon.
Very progressive.
Nighthawks. A Grand Turk.
Oh god.
Grand Sentinel. Grand Magi. Grand Ensign. A Scribe.
What are these groups?
Grand Cock?
Grand
Like different
they're
KKK positions.
Yeah, Grand
and
X-
at the top, what is it?
Grand Monk. Grand Exequer. The top is Grand Cyclops.
No, the top is Big Malaka.
Yeah.
The top.
And then all the new guys are identified as ghouls.
Bro, come on.
These guys played way too much Warcraft.
Come
bro.
on.
So I don't know, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Come on.
Oh, there's Grand Guards. Bro, what is this?
Come on. We can't laugh at these fucking monkeys, bro. We can't laugh
Bro,
at
they
them.
have their judiciary
we can.
judiciary system. They're called Grand Council of Yahoos.
They are a grand.
And a Grand Council of Centaurs.
Bro, I
Bro,
can't.
what is this, bro?
You know why, bro? These are all excuses. When they bang each other, like, it's not gay, bro. I'm a centaur.
Supreme
ghoul.
Cyclopean Council. What am I reading?
Yeah. And then people take these fuckers seriously. We're get out of here. Bro. How have they not set themselves on fire
Can't even.
accidentally?
Well, they have a few times by accident.
Oh my god, so
don't-
stupid. Yeah, I think they're a criminal organization though, but it's just that they're so. What are you gonna? You go to every hick village and it doesn't make sense.
I was reading. I don't know if it was a documentary. Or I was reading it on the news. There's this black guy. I'm not sure if he was a journalist, but he had infiltrated them in
Oh,
the
yeah.
sense that I don't know if you guys. I can't remember his name. It's too bad because he has a cool
British
story. Sorry.
The British guy.
No, not the British guy. There's a guy
he's an
who
American guy.
he got
and,
people to leave the KKK.
Yeah. He
A
had
lot.
interviewed one of the leaders there, and slowly, like they became quote unquote friends. Like they
Oh,
would see
yeah,
each
that
other,
was
they'll
the-
go for
yeah, I've
lunch or
seen-
He was-
whatever. And
he was
kind
on
of got
Rogan.
him to get out, and then I don't know. I think he had like hundreds of people leave the organization.
Yeah, he was on Rogan. He talked about on Rogan.
Is some
Yes,
black
Yeah,
guy?
man.
all us Rogan alumni hang out together. No, it was a good it was a good podcast episode.
Nice plug. Blatant, but
Thank
nice.
you. No, it was a good podcast episode actually. Go check that out when he was on. I'm gonna find out his name. I was fascinated by it. Yeah, he got people to come out, and he did stuff. Well, I guess I'm paraphrasing now, just to be funny. But he would show them like they'd be like, you see, everything you learned is like bullshit. Like I'm not evil or this and that. And he's like, but what about these Jews? And he'd be like, this guy's Jewish. What? Where is horns? He's like, they don't have horns. You know, like so. But yeah, dude, so many got them out just by logic.
Yeah.
Just by like, what are you talking about? Like, none of this shit is real.
But this
I mean, the
that's
chances
also,
that logic. I don't know.
that's
Well,
also
because
proof-
that's what it takes, right? Because you just have to like the issue there is intellect. It's kind of like when you get people out of cults It's just reasoning. It's once you tell them, well, like Scientology, yeah, well, Lord Xenu, alien shit, like, start this guy, sci-fi writer, he wrote that it's fake. Once you start giving them facts, that's when people are like, oh,
yeah, and
shit.
I don't think it's not even an IQ type of issue. It's more of a educational.
Yeah, well, that's it.
Yeah. No, it has nothing
no,
to do-
I'm saying it's not that I said IQ. I'm saying it's to educate them, to teach them,
Yeah.
to teach them the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, but sometimes they're so programmed.
Yeah, it's
Like if
any
they were
cult.
kids.
Any cult. I think we've talked about this on a live stream. Any cult. I was watching a lot of cult documentaries. It is fascinating when they try to get people out. You could take someone like, let's say George, for example. George has his own beliefs right now, right? George is already established. He has a family. They could brainwash people like George, who already has a set beliefs. They break them down, and then they put their own shit in. And then normally they target people that have fucked up situations. So either poor kids in shitty communities, they can't get jobs, so they have all these other problems. So the first thing they do is they take the blame away from the kid and they put it on an enemy.
Yeah.
Depends. It could be race. It could be God. It could be whatever the fuck they want, right? So first they plant the enemy. So the kid focuses on, I gotta focus on the enemy. Then they tell you, well, the enemy, this is what the enemy doesn't want you to know. This is the truth. And they put all kinds of crazy shit in your fucking head. So now you're armed with what you think is a weapon.
Yeah.
But it's this fucking baton made out of
They
shit.
basically weaponize you.
Yeah, they weaponize. And then you're willing to do all kinds of shit because you think this is the way, like a Mandalorian. It's fucking. They break you down, but it's all. but it's super scary shit. It's super scary shit because they treat your brain like a computer.
Yeah. Brainwashing.
Poseidon, have you watched American History X?
No.
Okay.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, you should watch that movie. Yeah.
I watched. You should watch Black Klansman, George.
Oh, Black Klansman was funny.
Is that a funny one? Yeah, I've seen it.
It's a bit funny, but it's also a very good movie.
By the way, that's the movie that made me like Kylo Ren.
Adam
Adam Driver.
Yeah, he was
'Cause
very good in it.
I had only seen him in Star Wars.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, he looks like fucking Justin
really?
Trudeau angry. Like
I've seen him in a few things. He can act.
But that's why I saw him in that, and then I started watching other, and I was like, oh fuck, this guy can actually act. This guy's enjoyable. Yeah.
Yeah, he was very good in
He's
Black
so
Klansman.
grotesque. I find.
Is he
I mean,
grotesque?
he's so ugly. He's interesting.
You know why I think we find him ugly? Because he shares a striking similarity to our prime minister, and I think that you know what I mean. He looks a bit like disheveled Trudeau
I think it's the ears.
when Trudeau shaves.
I think it's
No,
the
he
ears.
just got this fucking. It's like the Kramer. It's so grotesque. It's beautiful.
I don't
That's what
find
it's
him
become.
grotesque. I don't know. I like seeing him on screen.
He's
I
not
don't know.
grotesque. It's the ears. Tape his ears to the back of his head. I'm telling you, it's gonna change everything. He has very Dumbo ears.
So I don't
Never
mind
noticed
Dumbo ears
his
either.
Yeah, this guy was in the army. I think he was a Marine, and he left and he became an actor afterwards.
This guy
Oh,
was a
shit.
Marine, bro. You're talking
Something
shit
like
about a
that.
Marine.
Yeah.
Bro, he's badass, man. This
Bro,
guy.
good on him, bro.
Yeah, but he's a Marine. You're a
He
fucking.
was great in that terrible.
you know-
show
You're
that was
marine
made.
wildlife, bro.
Kind
This
of-
guy, this guy
I,
was in
fu-
there.
I fuck marine wildlife.
Yeah. Like a whale, bro. He's like, no, I'm in the Marines. You're a fish. What are they, merman?
You guys seen Boys?
What?
What's that?
Have you watched The Boys on Prime?
I watched the first season.
You know the character Deep, the Aquaman guy.
Yeah. The guy was an alcoholic.
That's the fuck for me. He's just like fucking dolphins and.
Oh yeah, he was
Poseidon.
banging animals. I forgot about that. Yeah, he had sex
Oh,
with
he
dolphins.
was?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's true. I forgot. I watched both seasons.
He's like you on a bad day.
Fucking sick show.
Poseidon
Yeah.
gets locked in SeaWorld for one night, and he has sex with everything. I felt trapped. It's like it was one night, Poseidon.
And also, how did fucking everything untrap you? What?
I gotta get out.
Yeah, it released something.
I gotta get in.
I have a family now.
Shabu.
Shamu too. For movies wise, the only thing that I saw that's new is last week for the patrons we watched Wonder Woman 84.
Oh, how was that?
It was not good. It was not
Oh,
good.
really?
Yeah, it's funny because the first scene in the movie, which they wanted to cut when she's a little kid running, like doing the Olympics, was like the best part of the movie. It was so much fun, and they wanted to cut it. And then the beginning of the movie was okay. It started to it was too long. It started to go downhill, and then by the end of it, you realize you're like, oh fuck, wait a second, none of this matters. Like it's one of those at the end, we take it all back and it never happened, so we're never gonna mention it in future installments type of thing. So like, son of a bitch. and it was written very hokey.
Yeah.
Right.
That's weak.
Yeah.
That's too bad because the first one was a pretty enjoyable movie.
First one was more enjoyable than
liked
this,
the
yeah.
first one. It was
First one was
fun,
good, yeah. But this
I'm
one,
looking forward to see Snyder's cut of Justice League.
yeah, it's not gonna be good.
I mean, it'll be better than the original. I need something
I have a
because
question
that
for
was
you.
terrible.
Didn't Snyder make Batman v Superman?
Yes.
Okay, that sucked dicks. That
You're
was that was a Snyder cut.
Yeah, but that was major studio interference.
That's what they always say.
Major.
Every time the movie sucks, he's like, "It was studio interference." Did they interfere with your
I mean,
script?
this is the
No.
same guy. Hold on, this is the same guy who made Watchmen, 300. Like the guy can take a good
There we
movie.
go. That's where I'm gonna have to stop you, Phil. I'm glad you brought that up.
You
Watchmen
don't watch it?
and 300, both. Why were they visually appealing? Because he almost went frame for frame what was in each of the books, so he can copy good work very well. But every time it comes to him creating something original, he fucks it up. That's what I've noticed about him. So copying, he's great. He's great at adapting it. Like 300, remember he took scene for scene. Remember we saw this in the book. He took
I
so
remember.
many good scenes.
Yeah, we've looked at it.
And even the words, that's why. But the second you ask him to do something original with like real characters, like that already exist, pre-existing characters, he fucks it up. That's what I noticed about him.
Interesting.
Wasn't
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan involved in those movies?
No,
The Batman or Superman or.
No.
No.
Nolan's
Nolan
Batmans
walked
were
away
great.
after he finished his trilogy.
That was
Yeah.
the,
I
Oh,
want
yeah.
to see Tenet.
I
I'm gonna watch
thought
it
he
this
was-
week.
I thought he was involved, like in the production. I'm not sure.
No, not at all. Nolan. I know that Affleck had. There was this whole thing online that Affleck had spoken to Nolan and Bale before he took the role, but that's about it. But I'm really looking forward to watching Nolan's Tenet. Like I haven't seen Tenet. I have it queued up. I'm gonna watch it probably later today.
What
maybe.
is Tenet?
I don't know if you. It's a sci-fi. It's a very Nolan-esque, Memento style sci-fi time travel movie.
Xavier Dolan.
What platform is that on? Netflix.
No, it was in theaters. It came out in 75 mil. So I guess I use Apple TV. I'll rent it or whatever.
What's it about?
Yeah,
Time travel?
it's about a time travel. It's a time travel situation. I don't know much more about the plot because Nolan. He's just like fucking just watch it and shut up.
Oh, in the chat they're saying that Tenet was a big letdown.
I've heard that, but I'm curious, and I like Nolan. So
I don't know. I was watching.
let's see.
I was watching the other day on Netflix. They had Inception. Oh, I was very angry. I was very because
Why?
I was looking at the fucking credits, bro. They didn't update it to Elliot Page. I almost flipped the fucking table. I was like, Netflix is playing this dead naming game. That's the game you're fucking
I
playing.
have
Okay.
questions. I have questions about this dead name situation.
Okay.
If Ellen Page, not dead naming Elliot, I'm just saying, if Ellen Page made a bunch of movies before Ellen Page became Elliot Page, shouldn't Ellen Page still have those credits?
That's how I feel, but I don't make these decisions. Phil, the band of
but then wouldn't Elliot Page not be as a?
wouldn't get it. You're out of the union.
Yeah, there you go.
Page just joined Hollywood. They gotta fucking start over.
You're out of the union. Maybe that's why for you. I don't fucking know.
Bro, I don't know anymore,
I
bro.
don't-
This is
it
all.
It seems silly.
Oh, I like that Phil setup. Looks like
I
they're
feel
doing
like
a
I've become
documentary
an
about him.
old guy.
Yeah,
In 2018, when the crisis first hit Europe,
but no, I was watching Inception the other day for real. I underappreciated it. I think the first time. Good movie.
It's an amazing
hold
movie.
on. Sorry.
Love it.
I gotta jump in. Gapes, that's bullshit. You haven't watched them. Interstellar's mix. I know what you're talking about. It's not real. This is a fucking fallacy of the internet. If you watch it on a proper sound system, it is the best sound mix because it's so subtle.
I like how people
Sorry, I
sometimes
couldn't-
do.
I
It's
couldn't-
funny because sometimes people do complain about stuff like that when they're watching it, like let's say on their phone. Like, bro, the
Yeah.
audio fucking sucks.
I can't hear nothing.
Bro, that is a goddamn film. What are you doing watching on your goddamn cell phone? But no, I feel like it was underappreciated. All of it. I underappreciated the first time I watched it. I didn't appreciate Leonardo
Interstellar.
DiCaprio, how good he was acting. Ellen
Yeah, we
Page,
saw it.
Elliot Page, whatever it is now. Same thing. I didn't
Oh,
appreciate.
Inception.
Yeah, Inception. I didn't appreciate how good she was.
She was
Like,
cute in that too.
Yeah, oh, that's. I'm saying how good, like convincing. The Asian guy, the Asian businessman, same thing. I was like, I didn't appreciate the first time it went over my head. I was like, they're so like, yeah, the movie has a lot going, but the
Kick-ass
acting,
movie.
The acting was actually so fucking like everyone on board.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah.
Was at their peak. Like they were bringing their A game, and I didn't appreciate it as much the first time, and I appreciate it a lot this
JGL?
time though when I saw it. Yeah,
I was talking about. I agree with everything you just said, but I was talking about Interstellar, not Inception.
Same difference.
Interstellar.
No, I didn't know.
People talk a lot of shit about it. I liked Interstellar.
Yeah,
I
like
love
it
And
too.
it made me
It
cry.
made me think, man.
Yeah.
Which one is it?
Science makes me cry.
Is that the one
All
with
right,
Matthew
all right.
McConaughey?
What?
All right,
Didn't make
all
me
right,
cry.
all right.
Yeah,
I've
Matt,
seen
you-
that. Yeah, it was a pretty
Yeah.
good movie.
That was good.
They go into like I don't even know how to describe Interstellar. Like I feel like I haven't done enough drugs in my life to really enjoy it.
I enjoyed it. When you know when he
like
goes
a
sees
shroom
his
trip.
daughter, but because so much time has passed for her, but not for him, and she's an old lady. I was like, oh, I can't take this anymore.
Yeah, it was so sad. It was a
I was so,
heartbreaking
yeah, I
scene.
was so sad. I was like, that's his baby. It's an old
great
lady.
Those are my favorite types of movies, like deep cut sci-fi where there's no like real green alien thing. Like you're just talking about like quantum existence, if that's even a term, like Interstellar or even 2001. Or have you ever seen Moon?
No.
Moon is a great fucking movie.
Orchid did say something fucking smart that's true, because that's why I started changing stuff around here too. They said you do, even though you want people to appreciate at the highest end, you should try to edit your sound mix for the regular Joe, because most people aren't going to have headphones. Most people aren't going to, you know what I mean? So, and I had changed the way we're mixing podcasts a while ago too, same thing, because on regular phones, it wouldn't sound good.
Okay.
There was too much bass, there's too much this. So I changed it up now so it sounds equally everywhere, like for a 2-drink minimum and this and that.
Yeah.
I felt like it was too low before and all that. So I changed it.
I don't know
Because
that
then
I
who the
for
fuck's who's the
podcasting-
guy who's gonna sit there with $300 headphones listening to fucking 2-drink minimum, which drops today at
Look,
noon,
for
by
a
the way. Good
podcast,
episode.
You're right.
Hey.
For podcasting and this kind of content, yeah, but like I can't speak for Dunkirk or Tenet because I haven't seen either of them. I haven't had a chance yet. But like Interstellar's mix, I listened to it at home on my soundbar, and it was, I mean, it presented some issues, but in a theater, it was phenomenal to hear it the way the sound traveled through like not 7.1. What do they have? The Dolby.
7.1.
Anyways, the fuck is it 7.1?
Yeah.
So like you hear different aspects of even like.
By the way, the editing also in Interstellar is absolutely insane.
The what?
The editing.
What do you say?
He says the editing.
This,
What do you,
this is what it looks like.
How do you come across this?
the
how
editing.
did you
Oh,
decide?
he's talking about the timeline in
Yeah.
Final Cut or Adobe. That looks like
Oh
Adobe
yeah, yeah.
Premiere.
No.
I mean, I love when people who don't see timelines often see a timeline. They're like, "Whoa,
That's
I mean,
not great.
what most
It's
timelines
that's
look
a that's a fucking long movie, bro. That's all that is.
like." Yeah.
But no,
I
no,
can't see what
apparently,
you're seeing, but I can only imagine.
apparently.
By the
this
way,
is
guys, no, I'm
insane.
not in a hotel room.
What do you
I'm
mean?
in my
Apparently,
bedroom.
you're talking to
the
me and
chat.
Phil, who edit.
And it's very no. Apparently, it's very difficult. Like there was a lot.
Yeah, it's a feature film.
Yeah, but like more
that
than
was
usual
shot
because
on
of
film.
everything.
You don't know what you're saying. You're saying words now. I feel like
Just
you're
saying
losing
words.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
More than everything. Yeah, this was the most more than everything movie ever. It's just he's saying words and he's getting confused. He saw a picture of someone's editing timeline and he lost his shit.
There's definitely a lot going on in those timelines for sure, man.
Yeah, for sure. But that's what it is,
Maybe.
right? Sometimes Phil's this just thing. Sometimes they fucking turn into that when he's adding too much shit.
You know, sometimes I look at this just thing and I'm like, "What the fuck am I doing here?" There's too many things in the timeline. I'm like, my computer's gonna fucking catch fire.
You're just gonna explode.
Well, speaking of computers catching
Yeah,
fire,
Atmos, Dolby Atmos. That's what it's called.
I can
Gigi
barely.
just told us.
Oh, the sound.
I can.
Yeah.
I can barely edit a 2-minute clip on my computer.
You can barely edit.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
that's the
just
issue.
for the first time ever started trying. I mean,
But
you're
what's
not
in
even
your
editing
computer?
At this point, you're learning.
Huh?
What's in your computer? Cheese. Like
Porn.
what's in your computer? Like
Oh, old equipment.
but what kind of equipment are we dealing with here?
It's an i5. The i5 is
Oh, okay, yeah, already there.
and but it's starting to get a little outdated. The graphics card is a GTX 670.
Oh, okay, it's very old.
Like
Okay,
1300.
so we
now.
don't need to get you new equipment in there. We need to get a brand new computer.
Oh yeah. This is. it
'Cause you
needs
need
to
a
be-
motherboard. You
Yeah,
need
yeah,
brand new
yeah,
Poseidon.
yeah. This was back in 2012. This was nerdy Poseidon.
Yeah, no, we goddamn it. Fuck yeah, we need a lot of that. Yo, Marvel though is preparing with this Disney Plus shit all kinds of new shows.
Oh, hard. they're gonna start the Marvelification of Star Wars now,
I don't care.
right? They're just gonna fucking.
Is it weird that
nuts.
I don't care? Like, I haven't watched season 2 of The Mandalorian. I stopped caring. I feel like it threw too much at me.
The Mandalorian for me is what brought me back to Star Wars because after watching, I mean, I don't hate the prequels. I'm one of those weird people who kind of enjoyed them.
You enjoyed the first one, The Phantom Menace?
Not the Phantom Menace. No.
Like, that
I mean,
movie...
parts of the Phantom Menace are interesting.
Dude, The Phantom Menace should have been fucking spelled ASS. Menace. That's how shit that movie
And
was.
it's pretty shit. I'm not gonna lie, but once you get to see a grown Anakin, like for me, the movies they have merit and there's some interesting stuff and they lay down a lot of groundwork. Maybe they're a little boring, but they're still interesting to me. But the fucking new ones, I mean, they're bad. They're so bad.
Well, all the new ones, you don't like them?
I mean, the first one is fun because it's literally a copy, almost frame for frame, pace per pace of A New Hope.
Yeah.
So it has this like nostalgia to it. And aside from Han Solo, spoiler alert, getting fucking stabbed by Adam Driver, where I cried like a bitch, I was like, fucking no, man. Not like this. Why? Like, that's it for me. After that, I gave up. And I mean, the last scene in the last one where Adam Driver comes back and does his thing, that's cool. But that's about it. Like, as movies, they're shit.
You don't think maybe you
so
just
much
weren't ready?
thing.
You weren't progressive enough. You weren't ready for a strong, independent Jedi lady.
You think? That's what it was?
I think that's what it is. I think you just had trouble. You had trouble with girl power.
You're a bigot, Phil.
You're a bigot. I think that was your issue, Phil.
You really think that's what's going on?
According to the internet, if you don't like a movie now, that's one of the reasons. So it can't be because the movie's not good.
But don't you guys think that girl learned how to be a Jedi really, really quickly? Like,
well, are you trying to say, George, that they spent very little time on explaining things and more time showing girl power on? Again, that is it's because you're not
but when
progressive.
you're looking at the other ones where it happens over like 3 movies where they
But
kind of
women are clearly better Jedis than men, George. And if you say otherwise, you are a piece of garbage.
Maybe it just feels like by the end of that first movie, there she was like the top Jedi. You know, it's like,
Yeah,
what?
of course it was dumb. That's a.
I mean,
they
Luke,
overdid it.
In all fairness, in the original trilogy, Luke becomes pretty awesome really quickly.
No, he doesn't.
He goes from like
He takes all that
retard?
No, he takes all that training. He's getting the lasers are hitting him. He doesn't know how to do it. Yoda's getting fucking annoyed with him. Yoda even told him that you're gonna fail. Don't you remember?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, the guy's
feels
a
quicker,
failure.
yeah. But
Look,
then there's
Luke
there's
Skywalker's a
also the
failure.
break between Empire and Jedi, right? So we don't know how much time has actually passed there.
Well, clearly it wasn't enough time because Yoda's like, you suck dick, sir. So he had that, whereas her is like, you're so fucking amazing. You're a natural.
Yeah. Even Anakin in the first 3, he had a major training, even though he was like crazy powerful.
There's because you see the evolution of a little child all the way. You know what I mean? Like they capitalize on that whole time frame.
Clone Wars.
And yet
really
it took all those years
developed
to train, but
training
then
and
this
stuff.
fucking broad living out in some fucking desert for all those years, fucking instantly fucking super magician wizard fucking blast. Bro.
If anybody that comes from a desert is better than you, or else you're a racist.
It's true. It's the truth.
It's a
What
fun
can you
game
do?
they're playing.
It is a fun game, but The Mandalorian is pretty awesome. I have to say, it's
The
really
first
well
season I
put.
liked. Bill Burr was in it.
Have put so much sauce on that. I
Bill
think
Burr's in the second season too.
Oh, Bill Burr's the second season.
Bill Burr plays like a major role in the second season. He's fantastic in it.
Victory for comedy.
yes.
Yes.
Oh, I love
Bill
Bill
Burr is in the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Bill Burr is the fucking Mandalorian, honestly. He brings this like grounded New York vibe. Like, oh god, like, it's great. He's great.
Why
He's
are you
fantastic.
fags wearing helmets?
Bro, I've watched
Honestly,
Bill Burr.
you literally paraphrased the scene.
You
You're like, just fucking take it off. Take it off. What is it? You can't show your face.
yeah. Just take it off. Yeah, the way he talks, like
That's amazing.
And he honestly he gives like a great performance and like a dark performance too at one point where you learn about his backstory. It's interesting.
I love
He's an interesting character, Bill Burr's character.
Bill
the old Burr.
Bill Burr is the only comic that I can rewatch his specials on Netflix.
I love
and not
that. Yeah,
get bored.
because they feel more like rants than they do bits. They feel more like actual conversation than they do bits.
yeah.
He's got like a Carlin vibe to him.
Yeah, I love bro. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, that's good to know. But I like the Mandalorian. Like I like aesthetically. The season 2. The reason why I wasn't watching is because I heard that behind the scenes, Pedro Pascal was being a cunt. Like he was never supposed to take off his helmet
Sure
at
that
all.
was fake.
Huh?
I'm pretty sure that was after seeing the whole season. I think that was bullshit rumors they put out, so people would be like, "What's going on?"
That doesn't make sense because it turned people off. Like I didn't watch it because of that.
I mean, I don't want to. Some people would do the opposite though. They
Yeah.
love drama, right? You're an adult male, who's pretty mature for your existence.
I guess
So like, yeah,
debatable.
no, but after seeing it, I don't want to spoil anything. That's
Okay,
why,
yeah,
I understand why that may have worked.
Because basically, he was apparently complaining because he goes, "This is bullshit. I thought it was going to be a big role for me. I need more scenes that show my face, a bit more." And then people were like, "Well, you're a fucking Mandalorian, dickhead. You're not supposed to take out your helmet." He said, "But then how are people going to know it's me?" And then that kind of pissed me off when I heard
That's not
that.
exactly what happened. It was because of Katie Sackhoff coming onto the show, being a big name because of Battlestar Galactica and taking off her mask. He's like, "Bro, what, Mandalorian?" They're like, "Yeah, this is actually kind of the way. It's not the only way, but it's your way. So put your fucking mask on."
Wait, who's Katie Sackhoff?
That was the whole thing. Katie Sackhoff is the Munera from Battlestar Galactica.
The blonde,
Yeah.
the one who played a
Why is yours
robot.
Because I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, okay.
I mean, she's like,
Previously on
she's
Battlestar
the
Galactica.
royalty of TV sci-fi.
I don't know
Like
her.
the
I
robot
only
attacking.
saw 2 episodes of the new Battlestar Galactica, the pilot episode
I never
and the
watched
one
it.
right after that, which I know that she was a robot. They call her a Cylon, and to me, I kept thinking of Pylon. And apparently she bangs a guy. She tricks him into thinking that she's human. I don't know what the fuck. And then I stopped watching because it seemed too much for me. It's too
Yeah.
no, not wacky. I love sci-fi. It's just there's a mountain to climb there because there's so many episodes, so much lore to get into. It feels like a huge commitment.
Yeah, like The
It
Witcher.
is. Battlestar is a big commitment.
So
Like The
you
Witcher.
guys-
Like I used to watch Farscape.
Farscape?
How far did you get?
Oh man, Farscape is like I watched the whole series.
I don't know what Farscape is.
Farscape is like it's like mid '90s like hard sci-fi about like a test pilot who's testing this new ship above the Earth. Like they send him out to see if this thing can actually open up some kind of portal, and he gets sucked to another part of the galaxy, and it becomes full camp. Like there's puppets and shit.
Okay, I don't mind that. I don't mind. You know what I was watching? I was
It's
watching that Dark
hardcore.
Crystal stuff.
Oh shit, this guy's got alien broads, bro. He's an alien. He's a space pimp. This guy, bro. Farscape.
Oh shit, I was
Farscape.
tagged in something.
Yeah, he's fucking everything.
Look.
And then they canceled the show.
Oh,
As
that's
usual.
why. Okay, because
Look.
So tell me the Mandalorian. I know you mentioned it last episode. When does it take place in the timeline?
10 years after Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
oh, that's what it
The
is.
Empire
Okay.
Why
has
is
fallen,
this
and the
alien
universe
posing
is
like
the
a
galaxy
fucking
flipping.
rapper?
You want to laugh, Poseidon?
Yeah.
So, because I was like, what the fuck? Why am I getting notifications? Like I went to my Twitter, and you know when you can't see because there's like over 20 notifications. Like, what the fuck did I say? And then it's because I was tagged because tonight at 7, Compound Media, they did a special of forget the year. It's like a game show, and they had different teams, and I was on one of the teams, me and Will Noonan. But I'm laughing because I remember when I got on the show, because like Bobby and the girl Luby who had invited me, like I'd never seen them before. I don't know who the fuck they are. So and I didn't know how far I could take the jokes, in the beginning.
shit.
So it starts off, and they're like, "Let me ask you a question. Like, do you know who we are or whatever?" And Bobby was wearing a shirt that wrote "Ho ho ho." I go, "Well, I know a bit of
It's
you."
Bobby Lee.
Bob from Compound. And I go, "I know you." I go, "I don't know her, but luckily you wrote her name on your shirt 3 times, so I won't forget it." But then I saw a bit of silence. And I was like, "Okay, that was too far." I know where the line is.
By the way, I apparently have beef now with a 50-year-old lady.
Nice. Which one?
The one I showed you.
Which one you showed me? The one that you liked?
Yeah.
The grandma that you said, "Look at how sexy
Yeah.
she is." That one?
Yeah,
How did you have beef with her?
I slid into her DMs and she just started ripping me.
What the fuck is happening?
So he showed me a woman who, for the record, I told him I did not find attractive, but she was very athletic.
Yes, and I like that.
And he liked it, but she was a grandma. She's like a 60-year-old woman.
She was a cougar.
No, she's not a cougar. She passed cougar. There's cougars?
Oh, so she's a gilf.
She's a gilf. That's what it is.
Ah,
yeah.
I thought she
So
was a cougar.
yeah. Anyways, she was not a cougar. Cougars are cool. She's a gilf, And
she's
he
a cunt,
slid
though.
he slid into her DMs. He slid into the DMs of a 60-year-old lady, which, by the way,
50.
impressive. She's not 50.
Well, she said she's 50.
Yeah, she's not, yeah. You could tell that she's not 50.
Oh,
bro.
okay.
Like, so Mike is 50.
Well, do you want to hear the messages?
She's probably close to 70. This broad.
Do you want to hear the messages?
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
is this?
So
chick?
here
I need to
the-
She's
know.
an old lady on TikTok. He found an old lady who spreads her legs on TikTok. Like, we're talking about almost 70, but tells him she's 50. She's not 50.
Well, she says in her bio she's 50.
But you could tell. That's like me
Yeah.
telling people I'm 15. He's 15, bro.
I mean,
Maybe she just looks young, man.
So I
No,
started.
no, she
Yeah,
does
yeah.
not. She
Looks
does.
old.
No. She's a fit 60-something-year-old.
Yeah. So I thought I'd say something funny, make her laugh. I go, I wish you were my grandma. I'm not ashamed to say that I try to hit it.
That's disgusting. If that was your grandma, why would you try
That's
to
what
bang
you
your
said.
It's
grandma?
an incest
you
joke.
think you
That's
live
not a
in a
joke,
fucking
that's
Brazzers
disgusting.
video.
Yeah, who would reply to that? That's like you finding a hot girl on the internet, and instead of saying, "Hey, you look good," it's like you messaging me, like, "Hey, I wish you were my sister,
Well,
so I
no,
could
because
rape you."
her name.
That's crazy.
Her name is about the fact about being like your grandmother. That's why.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't like that line. But go on.
Anyways, whatever. It was a bad line.
Maybe she just thinks you're fat.
And then she goes, hit what? Hey, let's put on your podcast what a disrespectful little fuck you are. I was like, what? I'm like, she's like, what the fuck, really?
Oh goddamn it, she was a fan. We
Who the-
lost another one.
Who the fuck you think you're talking to? I'm like, what is she saying?
Oh no.
So I'm like, so she's like, do you want to ask my grown son what he thinks of you talking this to his mother that way?
That is weird. Yeah,
Be careful. You never know who you are really talking to.
I'm with her.
Ask her if she's down for a
Sounds like-
threesome.
I'm
So-
with her. And,
So I
and
realized that she took it a little,
we just lost a fan because of you. Because you went and you sexually harassed her in the DMs. An old lady trying to make some pie with her legs in
What
the
are you
air.
ta- Yeah.
And you had to ruin her day.
bro, but she probably gets a million of these DMs, bro.
Clearly not like those.
I mean,
What
maybe
did
she
she
thought you
say?
meant you're gonna
Wouldn't
hit
it be
her.
nice to tell people about your podcast? What did she say?
Hey, let's put on your podcast what a disrespectful little fuck you are.
For the record, we do it all the time. We're well aware that he's a disrespectful little
Oh, but
fuck.
I know this. But I'm like this with everyone.
Wait a second. You don't know that she was a fan. She may have just checked who the fuck you were.
Oh no, I followed her. Yeah. She just No. Oh yeah. She just checked who I was.
She goes and sees she sees in bed with Poseidon.
So I went the condescending route,
Oh God. Okay. Yes.
and I go to her. I'm sorry to see that you took my comment literally. It was implying that you were my grandmother. That if you were my grandmother, I try to have sex with you regardless of it being incest. Clearly, it was a joke
Yeah,
that
that's
went
what.
over your head.
Hold on. You said, "I'm sorry, you misunderstood, and you thought that I was trying to bang you if you're my grandmother." What I was trying to say that if you were my grandmother, I would have sex with you. So you basically reiterated what you
No,
said.
I'm saying it was a joke. Like that was the joke. That was the
She
joke.
got the joke. That's
No,
why
she-
she got mad. She understood it.
I
Because
don't
then you
think
go,
she got it.
repeat what you just told us. I'm sorry. Repeat what you just told us.
I'm sorry to see that you took my comment literally.
Yeah.
It was implying that if you were my
It
grandmother,
was implying, yeah, exactly. That it, you're like, I'm sorry that you took it literally, but I meant it literally. That's what you just said.
no, but I go clearly it was a joke.
After saying it was implying.
I see.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I go. This is actually funny though. I will actually be talking about this on my podcast. And there's that shameless plug. Patreon.com/Pantelis.
No, don't put my name in there. People already confuse us. People who just hear Greek names, blah, blah, blah,
Bro, there's no
gibberish.
such thing as bad press, bro.
There's
Just-
bad press. If people are like, yo, this guy's trying to bang my grandma.
She's like, I really hate being talked to
what
like
about
that. It's so
Oxford?
disrespectful, especially from someone like you who also works hard just to make it as a creator.
She's nice,
But
bro.
I was never
You
disrespectful.
could have had something special with this nice little granny.
But
and
I
you
was
fuck-
nice. And then I go to also keep up the great work on the content you're creating. I think it's awesome. And she goes, little mansplaining at its finest. Like she's being all fucking feminist. And just ridiculous.
You know what we should
Hopefully
do? We
somebody
should send
talks
her
to
a
your
care
family
package.
member like that someday. But I talk to my family like that.
You talk to your family, you try to bang your grandma, you
No,
weirdo.
no, but I mean, I'll make jokes like this with my brother, like
I
stupid
get
shit.
your
you know?
brother, but this is an older lady.
Yes,
bro.
I know, but sometimes I realize my humor, like, it's, I fuck
Okay,
up.
think
what
we
if
should send
what
her
if
some
what if it was your
t-shirts,
grandma
keychains,
and I went and
and
told her, if you were my grandma, I wouldn't be like Poseidon, I'd throw you a couple. Wouldn't you freak the fuck out? It's like, what are you saying, to my grandma?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, that's
Why is your
crazy.
grandmother fucking posting?
But I thought
Body things
I've
on
never
Instagram.
gotten a response for like this ever in my life, and I've said worse shit. So I
Have
was
you
not
learned
expecting
anything from
it.
this, Poseidon?
I mean, actually, you have. You always do get a negative. I remember when you wrote about, you commented on Amanda Cherney. That's how you lost your first Instagram account.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
Instagram banned you.
What did you write to her?
It was right when Amanda Cherney started to blow up. He went and
Isn't it
commented.
Cerny?
Amanda Cerny, whatever the fuck. Like, I give a shit. Whatever the fuck her name is.
The Turkish broad. Oh, what did I write? She was dressed as a mermaid. And I
Yeah,
made
he
like
wrote this crazy shit.
I made like a Little Mermaid joke.
It was,
It
not
was
a Little Mermaid. It was a Little Mermaid reference, but it wasn't
like,
much of a joke.
Well, yeah, it was just yo, Sebastian's looking for you. What are you doing outside on the land, whoring yourself out, like shit like that.
Yeah, he's like, where's Sebastian and the other crab, whatever the fuck he was saying. He's like, they should be holding your whore ass accountable. Something stupid like that. And then he literally it's the first time I ever saw this. His account was blocked. His Instagram account, Instagram said, get the fuck out of here. They banned him. And that's why he had to create the new one.
Instagram or Twitter?
I don't know.
Instagram banned his account.
Yeah.
It was one of the funniest moments ever.
Yeah.
And I remember I had a screenshot. And he's like, "What the fuck, bro?"
I've only had 2 negative responses like that. 2.
I mean,
2.
you've only had 2 responses.
No, I've had sometimes I'll get ignored, or sometimes I'll get a ha 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 and then get ignored, or, but never like aggressive like this, bro. This was the first time it was blocked. I never got a response. The second this was like, I was not expecting this. I was like, what the fuck?
You know what? She kind of made my day, this old lady, though. That's pretty funny.
You're supposed to be on my side, bro.
Why would I be on your side? You fucking throw me under the bus.
Because
you're
it's a
rating
joke.
my...
I'm not throwing you under the
Yeah,
bus. I
yeah.
was making a joke, bro, and she took it personal.
Yeah, and then what did you say when you saw she took it personal? You're like, by the way, you want more of me? Patreon.com/Pantelis.
Bro, shameless plug, bro. There's no such thing as negative press.
That's like somebody being on the internet telling me, you know what? I'm in Montreal. I want to come stab you. I'm like, yeah? Here's my address. And I send him yours.
No, but there's no such thing as bad press, bro. Unless you rape somebody, then that's a very terrible press.
This falls under bad press, I think.
Yeah,
her
but
going around thinking that I was trying to have sex with her on TikTok, it's
she's
bad
not gonna
press.
think it's you, bro.
He wasn't as handsome on TikTok, but I'm sure it's him. He plugged it.
Imagine she becomes a fan and she comes on and it's just a podcast of you and her ripping me.
Yeah, she hates you, but she likes me.
That would be a funny turn of
You're a
events.
nice young man, but that walrus in the corner.
It's a piece of garbage.
But I'm very surprised that you snuck into the DMs of a grandmother. You surprise me. You fascinate me every day. We're gonna make a documentary about you one day. It's fascinating.
I don't think that's what I want.
Isn't that fascinating? Like you'd think, okay, like some young girl, whatever it's not. But for him to go to it's like almost like the wells run dry.
No, it's just, I don't know. That was what I was into at that moment. It
I
was
don't know.
It was
I
I
don't know if
landed
there's a lot
on.
more
Can
there
you
than-
text
than
Phil a
there is.
link of her?
Yeah,
Or do you want to show people on there's TikTok website, no?
I think so. Yeah.
Go on the web. You have
Oh,
her
yeah,
name.
yeah.
Just show people so that they get a visual of what you're talking about.
It's just no. I had found her on TikTok and I was like, oh, this is different. This is interesting. You know what I mean? So I had
She local.
like a bit of a crush for like a week. You know what I mean?
Okay. Let's
This
just
is
see.
getting weird.
It's very weird. I'm very curious to see what happens now.
I don't think you should
Why?
show her page on the podcast.
Why? She's public.
Yeah. Phil,
Okay. all right.
that's where Phil draws the line.
I mean, I
Hold
guess.
on, I have to log in.
Yeah, I'm just
But that's so funny though. I thought it was gonna be like, haha, you're so funny, or like stop being an asshole or whatever. And it's just like
I hate you.
rippage. I was like, what? How? I was not expecting it.
Now you're gonna have our fans follow her on TikTok, be like, Poseidon sent me. Sign up to Patreon so you can watch him every Saturday. Wasn't The Life of a Simpleton based on Poseidon?
I don't wanna lose you now.
Oh, we're gonna get muted, bro. We're gonna fucking get taken down.
No, hold on.
No, I like mute her. Because we're gonna YouTube's gonna take us down because of the copyright music.
Yeah, this is what I did. I did a little stitch.
I mean, I
for you
can't
on
see
TikTok.
anything.
Hold
Let
on.
me open up YouTube
Where
here.
is it? Stream.
Wait, now you're just showing us your videos.
Yeah, but hold on.
Are you just trying to plug your
That's
fucking
not the
TikTok?
only thing that squirts.
And I'd made that, and this is the shit. Oh, she blocked me.
This is the greatest day ever. That's amazing.
The only thing we can do right now is hit the music, plug, and say goodbye because you don't end on anything better than that.
Oh, Poseidon, cue the musics. Oh, wow. If you enjoyed that fuckery, wow. Head over to patreon.com/Pantelis. If you're not a patron already, what are you doing with your life? Look at all this content we give out. Patreon.com/Pantelis. Links are in the description. We updated the links to George because apparently his other website wasn't working, but the current link works. It's georgetadizo.com, and you have links to all of his podcasts. He does the Backstage podcast, the podcast where he catches people backstage and does sexual things to them. He has Just Us Dads, where he only talks to dads, and he talks a lot of shit about moms. Just Us Dads, available wherever you get your podcasts. Phil Balabanos, editor, director extraordinaire. Head over to balabanos.com to catch Phil. He's supplying you with videos, a new podcast, and if you're a business, he will make a goddamn commercial for you. Not for free, obviously. The man is in high demand. But if you're going to make a commercial in Montreal or pretty much anywhere, as long as you get him footage, you go to balabanos.com, you get Phil. Links in the description to make a commercial so it's professional, so you don't look like a goddamn circus sideshow. PantelisComedy.com for the links to everything I'm doing. In 3 minutes' time, YouTube will drop the latest episode of 2 Drink Minimum. You're going to like it. It's a lunatic-filled episode. It's a good one. It's with our new intro also. So it's a good time over there. The Poseidon69 on Twitter and Instagram for our friend Mr. Poseidon over there. Follow him. Follow him on TikTok. What's your TikTok?
The same thing.
The Poseidon69 on TikTok. Follow him on TikTok. He's making videos. He's sexually harassing old women. It's a good time.
I'm not sexually harassing old women. I slid in the DMs.
I mean, you're sexually harassing old women.
You are sexually harassing old, but you know what? More power to you, buddy.
That's not sexual. Sexual harassment is in person when you grab them and be fucking weird and shit.
I don't. No, that's physical.
No, stop. Don't
that's
define
sexual
it.
harassment. Could be you could just text a woman.
That's considered sexual harassment?
No
way.
We just redefined Poseidon's whole
Jesus
existence.
No way.
Yeah, you've been sexually harassed people for years, huh? Yeah, the silence. Holy shit. All right, well, if we're still allowed to be here, are we doing an episode on Friday, guys? New year, new episode. You guys want one?
Maybe.
Yeah, all right, I'll be on.
decide.
All right, we'll do it. Friday, we'll see if Poseidon hasn't been arrested yet. All right. Thank you guys for listening. Patreon.com/Pantelis.
Bye, guys.